Alright, friends. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened. Let me put the tweet back out there. Okay. We were having a good discussion. Then I got cut off. Okay. Let's take a step back and let's talk. Let's revisit what I was just talking about. Okay. What are we drinking in 2020? Let me ask that. What are we drinking? What am I allowed to drink? All right. As I was saying, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this trade. Okay? I don't know how this trade made sense. I don't know what the point of bringing in a guard that has been struggling, hasn't looked good on this game, has been struggling to really show any type of value. Like, this shows where his value is at this point. This is not the time to trade Duck. Okay? What I don't understand is why not just wait until after the UPA event where he could possibly play good. This is like you're selling a stock at the lowest value possible at this point. This is the cheapest I've ever seen a player get traded for. Has a player ever been traded? This is like the lowest pick a player's been traded for. Because I'm pretty sure it is. Because I don't think any player has been traded for like the 50th pick in the draft. Like, is there any player in, like, I have every trade in 2K League history. I'm actually, I kind of want to look at it. I kind of don't. Famous, you know, you're a good friend, Famous. You're a good friend of comp. You're a good friend. It's 47. This is literally a bottom 7 pick. Like, the 40th pick? What the hell are you doing with 40? It's one of the last picks in the draft. It's one of the last picks in the draft. Like, you might as well have just gone with Duck. And then, like, the Lakers, it's like it messes up their draft too. Oh, I think that actually would be dope for him to wear 40. That actually would be kind of funny. I agree with that one. 40, he should wear 40. That would be funny. Yep, you could have traded 47 for him. We made a router work. Please don't hit me offline again, Nacho. I would appreciate if you did not hit me offline again. I know you have the power. Anyway, let's get to the part where he was traded for a bag of marbles. This is what this is. It's a bag of marbles. Okay? So he went from being traded for a first round pick. Okay? Which now I'm pretty sure that first round pick, if I'm not mistaken, is the let's see. It's the 14th pick. Okay? He got traded in the middle of the season for the 14th pick. Now, you see him getting traded for the 40th pick. When I tell you that this is the most regression I've seen of trade, that went from them trading a future first, and now they're using that player that they traded for a future first to trade for the 40th pick. I get cutting your losses in the world, in life. You got to cut your losses at some points. But god damn. What the hell? Talk about cutting the freaking losses at the worst time. Why did you do it now? Why didn't you do this right after the season? You do it when you see him look like crap on the game? This trade should have been done a while ago. like the trading in the 2K League is all about timing. Okay, I think every coach and GM can agree with this one. Trades are all about timing. Okay, we see teams who premature do trades. We see teams that are Quack is not bad. It's not about Quack. It's about his value. His value's shit. It's in the shitter because he just got traded for the 40th pick. If he's good, why did he get traded for the 40th pick? A guy that went from the number 2 pick to now getting traded for 40. What does it say about his game? What does that say about GMs that think about him? I have no issue against Duck. I think Duck's a good guy, but where his value is in the shitter. Okay, let's be real. It's bad. He's got traded for he went from being traded for a future first to being traded for the 40th pick. Come on. Like, really think about that. What does this do for the PG market? It doesn't matter because he's playing shooting guard. He's not playing PG. It doesn't do anything to the PG market. If anything, it takes a spot from the shooting guard position. It affects the shooting guard market because now it's one less shooting guard to be taken. Now it benefits the Nets, who now will have a shooting guard that can fall to them. This will benefit teams like the Nets who want that shooting guard to fall to them. Yeah, this will affect the shooting guard market, not the point guard market. This is not affecting the point guard market at all. Even they're not going to go into the season with Duck at PG. Oh, but yes, they were going to take a point guard regardless. If you thought that the Jazz were going into next year and not taking a point guard or somebody that can handle the ball, it's always been that they were going to probably take a guard. I thought that I saw possibilities of Tay there. I saw possibilities of Leash there. I've put PGs on that team before. It's never been that they might not take a point guard. They were taking a guard. Duck Jordan is not Duck Jordan anymore, okay? I'm sorry. Those days of Duck in Season 3 don't exist anymore. The game has changed, and so has he. He's not the same PG anymore. You know, it's unfortunate because Duck came into the league with so much promise, and we've just seen that steadily go down. Okay? We've steadily seen that go down, and it's come to a point where this could be Duck's last season in the 2K League. Okay? I'm going to be the one to say it. I hate to say that about players. I've realized the position that I'm in to be a great position for people, but it can also be a bad one. This is probably Duck's last year. If he doesn't if he doesn't play well. If he goes to this Lakers team, if they don't make playoffs, he's done. If they get eliminated like the first round or something, might be done. Like his time is running out. Point guard, his days at point guard are done. Okay? His days at point guard are done. And the shooting guard position is a very limited position. It's a very limited position. Duck's it's not looking good for Duck. Okay? So oh my god. Alright. As I was saying, this trade for both sides doesn't make sense because we look at a Lakers team that currently, if we pull up the roster, I'm going to pull up the roster of this Lakers team. Okay? So, right now, let's transition over to the rosters. Okay? This is the current set of the rosters in the NBA2K League. I don't know if I have it all updated. There might be some people in some wrong spots. Let me know. I'll correct it. But now, they have Duck Jordan. Okay? This is the current openings in the positions of the NBA2K League. And there's not a lot of shooting guard spots. And I think that next year, there might be some spots to open up. But if Duck doesn't have a good year this year at the shooting guard position, or at least like some type of argument that he should be in for one more year, he's on borrowed time right now. If Duck was in the draft pool this year, he would go undrafted. It's that simple. If he was in the draft pool, he'd go undrafted. What are we talking about here? We're talking about the trade that makes no sense from you guys. I don't know. I'm trying to understand why you did this trade. Okay, I know that you always have a very you're very charismatic when it comes to your reasonings behind things, and you're very good at making people putting in a direction to where this makes sense. But it just doesn't make sense. Why not do this trade afterwards? Why not wait till after the UPA event where Duck could possibly play good or at least decent, or some players could play bad, and it could open up some teams' opinions on taking players for second round picks. Because if I look at the second round, there's a couple teams that need shooting guards. The Wizards need a shooting guard. Maybe the Raptors might need a shooting guard. Maybe the there's a couple options. Maybe the Pacers don't take a shooting guard first round, etc., etc. There's options for shooting guards. There are options. I just don't know why. Is that the best pick we could get? Was this 40th pick? That's literally a bottom 7 pick. I don't know. I'm having a very hard time understanding how this trade makes sense. Did I put Reed on the Mavs? I did. Okay. Oh. Shooting guards draft stock keep plummeting. Shooting guard class. This is probably. I'm gonna say this now, Harris. We said this for past drafts about certain positions. I don't know what position is worse in this class. Shooting guard or power forward. Okay. The Lakers are in a position to where they can get a shooting guard in the first round. And PG's increasing. Shooting guard. The thing is, Comp gets rid of Duck. Okay. What's Comp's highest pick? Let's take a moment. Let's see. Whoa, there's no first round pick. If I look here, there's no first round pick Jazz Gaming here. Let's see. Oh, 30th. 30th is the earliest pick for the Jazz to get anybody on their team this season. They have to draft 4 players. Okay? They have to draft 4 players. They have 30, 33. Now they have 40, and they have 44. God bless you, Rhea. I am sorry that you will have to go through a losing season. Okay? I'm sorry for you. That Jazz pick is probably going to be a lottery pick next year. Okay? Maybe they shock us. It's the 2K League. Everybody can compete. Maybe they get a subpar. Maybe they almost hit 500. This team will be under 500. Okay? You can book it now. This team will not see over 500. Okay? Maybe they might have a little spurt in 3v3. Maybe they might have a little spurt in 5v5. But they're going to look like Duke's Infinitos. Okay? They're going to look like them. They might have a nice little early start. They might win a couple games, but they're going to be ass. Okay? They're going to be ass. Comp has to hit on every single pick for this team to even sniff over 500. If they hit over 500, then you know what? Comp is truly one of the best GMs in this league. Because I don't see any way this team can make the playoffs. Okay? I don't know what player they're going to get that's going to be the same type of point guard at 30, that's going to be the same value as a first round pick at 14 to where they were supposed to have a pick at. Okay? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Jazz Gaming is going to be ass this year, okay? In Season 6 of the NBA 2K League, I do not foresee Jazz Gaming. Hang on. Let's say this with the big camera. Okay, let's pull the big camera up because I know this is a clippable moment. Okay, clippable moment. Okay, guys, let's get it. All right, let everybody get your cameras ready. Okay, all right. Everybody get your cameras ready. All right, everybody get your recording. All right, I'm gonna say it now. All right. This trade right here does not make sense. If there was any chance for the Jazz to make the playoffs, it was to keep a player like Duck. Making a move like this is a regressive move. This team, this Jazz gaming team, which has the highest pick they have is pick 30, they will not sniff over a 500 record this season. They will have a couple ups and downs where they win a couple tournament games, but they will not see the playoffs on 3v3 or 5v5. They might as well get ready for the lottery next year in Season 6. God bless you, Rhea. I am so sorry for you. But if Comp somehow pulls it out of his ass and makes this team get to the playoffs, he's one of the best GMs in the NBA 2K League of all time. It's that simple. Okay? That's how I'm going to put it. Okay? Anyway, let's transition back. As weird as it may be, this trade makes sense for both sides. Yeah, you're basically selling your franchise to get Benzo. You know what? Benzo, congratulations. You're going to Utah to be with all the Mormons and all the people out there in wonderful city of Utah. Okay? Congratulations, you're going to Utah. Like, dude, W Mormons, man. W Mormons. W's in the chat. It's for all my Mormons. Like, bro, chat's going to the opposite both modes. Confirmed. Oh my god. Easy slip. Please, I hope someone clips that. Just because this is the type of content that I wish the NBA 2K League would let me do for them, where they just clip moments like this. We look back on it and we all laugh. This thing is crazy. Anyway, let's transition back. Let's pull it back. All right. NBA 2K League Draft Lottery is not the right system for tanking champ. Just trust me, I'm well aware because Hawks Talon has the first overall pick. Wes, I know. I saw the lottery odds. I saw what happened to you. I'm sorry. Okay? I am sorry for you. I understand. That is very true. Very true. Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, it's been a very, very interesting offseason. You guys really... Okay, good. I was going to say, that poll, if you guys voted the way I thought you were in the poll, I was going to be pissed. Let's look at the draft. Okay, let's fix this terrible text that. Hang on. Let's fix this. Where does this go? All right, this is bold. Okay. If you have self-confidence, you can time a jumper. You can be a top 10 small forward, power forward. What picks do the Jazz have? Well, if you're wondering, they have 30, 33, 40, and they have 44. Man, sounds like they're going to be able to draft the dream team with these picks. Mock, please. God, dear God. How does this impact... How does this trade impact the draft? I'm very interested. Very interested to see how this actually impacts it. Let's do this, okay? I think it's time we look at it. It sounds like a squad of veterans. Comp, you can be honest with me, okay? You can be as honest as you want with me. Please be honest. How does this trade impact LeBron's legacy? Well, it looks like that LeBron will no longer have to compete with just Michael Jordan for his legacy. Now he has to compete with Duck Jordan for being one of the greatest Lakers of all time. That's how it affects LeBron's legacy. Is now LeBron is going against Duck Jordan to be one of the best Lakers of all time. Okay, that's how it affects his legacy. Okay, that's how it affects LeBron's legacy. Champ just ranked Comp top 3 coach. I mean, he's a good coach, bro. I'm not going to take away from Comp. Comp's a great coach. All right? I actually had my coaching tiers list. Like, listen, if you guys missed the top 10 coaches, listen, I had my top 10 coaches. All right? I had my top 10 coaches, and Comp was number 3. Okay? He was number 3. Like I said, you look right here. He was number 3 all time. Accomplishments put him number 3 according to my legacy score that I did in my stream the other day. Comp is the number 3 coach of all time in 2K League history, based on his accomplishments. Okay, this was the rankings that I put out the other day. If you guys missed the stream, okay. You guys want me to do a mock? We can do it. We can do a good old fashioned mock. We've had a couple trades since then. We can do a mock. As long as you guys want to do a mock, we can run through it. We can even do some player rankings. I actually know that I shout out to my my friends who gave me the draft pool. I also have the draft pool. That's another discussion I want to have. What are your guys' thoughts? I'm hearing that are the rumors true that Stexels is out of the draft pool due to his not wanting to. Well, I'm not going to say the specific reason, but Stexels is out of the draft pool is what is being rumored. Even though I saw him still in it, I'm hearing that he's dropping out. I don't know if that's true. Can I help? Are you asking me if you can you help? If you want to come in, Harris, you can come into the Discord. I don't know if you're actually talking to me or you were talking to somebody else. Oh yeah, Harris. I'll literally. I'm always down for a good old fashioned mock with my guy Harris Rubenstein. Yeah. So, yeah. Hang on, I'll open up the Discord for you to come in. Just give me a minute, Harris. We'll be in. I see you're already in my Discord. Hang on. Let me make sure I can hear it. Harris, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello there. Would you like to turn your camera on, or are you too not? You're too tucked in for that.
How do I look? Let's see. I don't look like hell.
Okay, all right. Let me open up a window capture real quick. We'll have a good old fashioned mock draft together. It's been a while since we've both been kind of
just doing one on the side while we were talking about this, and you said you're about to do one on stream, and I was like, I'll hop in.
Cool. Well, this is fun.
I look very Floridian.
Yes, you look like you just came off a nice long walk off the beach. Well, I'm in.
Saying I'm low. That's probably my fault. There you go, y'all. That's my bad.
All right, let's give you a little spot here in the corner. Cool. Okay.
We're like diamonds in the sky.
It's been a long time since.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
No, they keep saying I'm quiet, so I'm just trying to see.
Let me turn. I'll turn. Oh, hang on, guys. I don't want to blow off your ears. I just turned out my volume on my desktop, so please, if I blow off your ears, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, Harris. I think we are. I'm gonna share screen. Well, you have the order anyway.
Yeah, I'm good. I got your stream up too, so I'll just track it off your stream. I got my draft board up.
Here, I'm gonna share screen just to help you. Or actually,
that's very nice of you. Because it might fuck up your window captures.
Well, I know it's gonna take 5 seconds to fix it. After I just did all that, yeah.
Yeah, you did the whole thing.
That sounds about right.
Classic, right? Absolutely classic. Where's the you said you had the draft pool, right?
Oh,
I do
here.
not have that yet.
Let me send it to.
I have obviously been quite out of the loop. So.
Here, I'm currently constructing the position. It's not in positional. It's just here. Hang on.
I like how you said that this was the most random trade in history.
Is it not?
I don't know. Random is an interesting word. I would say it is. It without a question came out of nowhere. I don't think any trade has ever come out of left field like this one. Okay. It just happened. It just appeared out of nowhere. I didn't hear about any. We didn't hear about any duck rumors. We didn't hear shit about this. And also, he's just traded for the 40th pick. Jeff, I'm half back. I'm back because Champ's doing a mock draft and I'm bored. But I'll do a stream on the other side of the year. I'm enjoying vacation. I have 4 days left of vacation, and then we begin.
Mm-hmm. Well, Harris, you do have the draft pool now. It's inside of your sheet. It's It's second tab. Like I said, it's not in positional order.
I got you. You're fine.
Everybody that we expect in it. Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Wait. How many players are there?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Is it in positional?
No, it's not.
Oh, what order is it in?
It's literally just random. It's literally just every person that's in it. I don't.
Okay. Can I make
Listen,
this? I'm gonna make this easier for us to read. Hold on.
you can fix it however you want. This is just,
Yes.
somebody that we have not been talking about, and if we're getting for people getting picked, um, it's authentic African. We have not talked enough about him as being a selection, and he is because I was going through all the names that are in the draft pool, and I was like, oh shoot, um, no, but this is I think this is the final draft pool. I don't know. It's
Gotta be right. It almost has to be the last draft pool, just because what else?
Oh, sorry. Ignore the 14th pick thingy. That was that's incorrect. Sorry, that's literally just that's the default. That's just the default for pick. I don't even know who had the 14th pick before. I don't even know who had it. Do you remember who had the 14th pick? He's talking to his now wife. Look at him. Look at him. He's a proud husband. He is a proud husband.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
B5. Okay.
You know the vibes, bro. It's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, being married's pretty fucking cool. I feel very old saying that, but it's quite fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm not there yet, so I'll take my time.
One day, buddy. One day.
I'll take my time.
I believe in you. Yeah, man.
Anyway,
there you go. Now it's a little bit easier to read. Let's ride.
Yeah.
Just put everybody up on the. Yeah. Okay. Let's roll.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. So me and Harris are gonna do a good old fashioned mock together because we just love having fun and doing mock drafts. It's our favorite thing in the world. Let's talk about the number 1 pick, Harris. So, everybody's saying Glizzy. Where are you at this point? I know you've been busy over the holidays. You've got, now you're a married man, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Has your perspective of the number 1 pick changed at all? Or is there some type of skepticism about it not being Glizzy? Is it going to be Greens? Where are we at with number 1?
I mean, the only thing that's really questioned whether or not it was going to be Glizzy was Caesar's random Twitter blackout a couple weeks ago. I think we've now since proven that was because France lost the World Cup versus him being upset with the Hawks or something. Yeah, I think the answer is Glizzy. And honestly, I've actually kind of come around on Season Glizzy being able to play together. I honestly think that Glizzy's good enough to play with any point guard in the league. And I think for what the Eastern Conference is going to be, for us to judge C's fairly this year, he kind of needs a Glizzy. Because every other top point guard in the conference has a top shooting guard. Why should he not get one just based off of his reputation from last year? He had a better year in fives last year than he did the year before. Now he's going to get Glizzy. I think it's still the right pick. I think there might be an argument as we've gotten deeper into the offseason. I think the argument to trade the number 1 pick has actually gotten stronger. If they were to move back right now to get I'm just tossing something out here, right? Let's say they move back to 6 with the Pacers in some way, right? And they get 6 and 23, and they can even out their roster a little bit more. I think the argument is there more so now than it was before, but I think you just take Glizzy and you move on with your thing. The problem wasn't shooting guard. Look, Glizzy is not going to solve the problem that the Hawks have always had. The problem with the Hawks is that they have never had a single person on their team legitimately dedicated to being a top-end defender. Never. In the history of the organization. They've just never drafted that guy. And they're not going to get that guy number 1. They're not going to get that guy at 31. They're probably going to draft putback again. They're not stuck, but they need a pillar. They need a building block. They need someone to say, okay, this is what Hawks talent is going to look like for the next couple seasons, and investing in Glizzy now, I think, is the right way to go about it. Just like Gen G last year. The moves you make around the number 1 pick matter, but you just need to get the guy in on your team first, and then you can go from there.
I think that the pick makes sense, okay? In all logistics, everything across the board, it makes sense for the current team. And it's I'm all about gambling. And I know, for you, you've been all about holding on to that first overall pick. And finally, I'm not saying they're listening to you, but I definitely think that there is a part of them in the back of their head saying, you know what, let's not move off this number 1 pick. Let's not do anything crazy. Let's get our guy, and let's go into the season with our roster.
So how about this? So Comp just said something very interesting, saying why is the shooting guard going number one when we just saw shooting guard get taken last year and it was tough. Okay, I'm gonna make a comp here. I've been making way too many 2K League NFL comps this offseason, like way too many. But I'm gonna make another one. Shooting guard is the running back of the NBA 2K League. Like you need a really good running back to be good in the NFL. Like there's no question about it. Like you have to be good. You have to have a good running back if your team is going to be efficient in the NFL, unless you have like a Patrick Mahomes. But even then, the Chiefs have needed good running backs in the past. The argument against taking a running back as like a top 10 pick has only gotten stronger over the past couple of years because you can just get a running back in the third round and be okay. But at the end of the day, like if Saquon Barkley is available at number 3 overall, you fucking take Saquon Barkley number 3 overall. Like at some point, like yeah, like the running back thing matters, and like I get it, and sure, like for every Saquon Barkley, there's going to be a Najee Harris and a Trent Richardson, but also at the same time, it's like, fuck, if I can get Saquon Barkley, you still take him at 3 or 4. So I think taking Glizzy at 1 is completely worth it.
You think it's the best value for the number 1 pick? I know you had like your little
No, but the problem with the Hawks, see, this is why team planning and asset management matters. Dope just made a great point. You need a quarterback and a defense. There it is, Dope. That's the thing. They have the number 1 overall pick, but they haven't done enough coming into the number 1 overall pick for anybody they pick here to actually be able to flourish the number 1 way that they need to. So they kind of have a quarterback in C's. They don't have a defense, and now they're bringing in a top-end running back. Like, the running back is going to put up great numbers. He's going to look fucking awesome on Twitter and put up a lot of stats, right? But if the back end of your team is still as weak as it's been over the past couple of years, and the Hawks back end has been as weak as any team in the 2K League since they came in season 2, it's not going to matter much. But Glizzy's going to put up huge numbers in the league. Like, regardless of what whatever ridiculous fucking metaphor I'm trying to make here at the running back thing. Glizzy's going to come in and compete for the scoring title. Like, I want to make that very clear. Like, he's coming in, he's going to average likely close to 20 points per game, if not more, shoot at a high clip, defend very well. Like, he's going to come in and immediately be one of the probably 10 best guards in the league. So it's worth it to me. It's worth it.
So C's is Daniel Jones and Glizzy is Saquon Barkley. Okay, gotcha.
C's is not saying that C's is Daniel Jones. Like, I'm not going deeper into this metaphor, but that honestly is like not the worst comp I've ever heard. That is not the worst. Like, that's not bad. Because Daniel Jones is not that bad. Daniel Jones is pretty good. Like, you play an offense with Daniel Jones.
He's serviceable.
It's serviceable. But I agree with you. The quarterback matters more than the running back, and the point guard will always matter more than the shooting guard. So at the end of the day, if C's is good, it doesn't really matter what Glizzy's going to do anyway. We saw that in the playoffs this year with Bear and Kai, right? Kai was fine in the playoffs this year, but frickin', Bear completely, bottomed out in that series, and the team couldn't do anything. Like, point guard still matters more. I agree with you, Dope. C's Daniel Jones. Look, can we move on from this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm done. See, it makes less sense the more you think about it. Okay, stop it.
That was all right. Anyway, sorry. That was interesting.
No, let's go number 2.
Okay, number 2. We know. Do we even have to have a discussion about this?
I wouldn't. No.
It's clear who it is, and it's not really going to change. Like if Greens goes number 1, it blows up the whole draft, and it really changes a lot of perspectives. Yeah. But
they're the most vulnerable team in the draft.
Oh yeah, because
the Nets are like hilariously vulnerable with this pick. Like, obviously they can take spam it too, but like it's December 29th. Like, we've both heard that like they aren't crazy interested in spam. That like like Greens is like who they want. So I actually think Greenlight is a real candidate for this pick at number 2. And like, I know that we point to the chalk comps where we're like, oh, he doesn't want to deal with it. They want to win. Like, Kurt's number 1 thing that he's talking about, like, he wants to win. He wants to get blue chip players, and he wants to win. And man, you put Greenlight on that team. If Greens is gone, goddamn. But like, that team is gonna score. They're gonna play great defense. Like, if Kirk can kind of handle that team emotionally, like. It fits to me like that. He fits on that team to me.
This roster is in a win now mode, and they need that guard that's going to take them to that next level. And I don't hate the green light idea. If for some reason like Greens is not on the board, I wouldn't hate that green light idea because you need this team to win now. They have the pit. They have the pieces they need. They also have that 21st pick, which is very big. Like, honestly, it's like really
big
huge.
Pick.
That's a big pick.
Huge pick. Like and it also raises the argument that they could take Glizzy at 2 if somebody does take Greens at 1. But honestly, like, if Greens goes 1, I don't think a shooting guard is the answer for them at 2. As good as I think Lizzie is, like for me, I just like if Greens goes, if somebody trades up to the Hawks and they take Greens out from under the Nets, for me the number 2 pick for the Nets has to be Greenlight. Like I know that we wax poetic about like a lot of these young players, but like Greenlight's been the best guard this year for sure. Like he's been unbelievable. The man can drop 45 in 2K23 like with his eyes closed. I mean, there's nobody really like Greens can score, Spam can score, like these guys, Lizzie can score, like nobody else can really score like Greenlight can right now. So if the Nets are really like going for it and they're trying to put together the best possible roster and Greens is gone, it's Greenlight at number 2 for me. I think that's a good one.
That's fair. Number 3. Now this is the spam. This is where everyone says Spam's going to go. And
are we sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure.
All right.
I'm sure.
I really don't like the Spam Duck combo, man. Just like I don't like it.
Sorry. I don't like it either. I don't like it either.
I'm sorry, and it's not like I think Duck is bad thing. I don't think Duck is bad. I think if you typecast Duck in the right role, he's going to be a good player. I think this is a terrible role for him. They're turning him into a spot up 3-point shooter. Like yeah, he's going to be able to handle the ball when Spam can't, but like this team needs 3-point shooting. like. You're about to draft one of the best playmakers that have ever come out in the draft. And like, no offense to Duckman, but like, you look at all of his numbers: catch and shoot threes, off the dribble threes. Like, he is not a 3-point shooter. He is not. He is great at driving to the hoop, getting to the mid range, drive and kick offense, and that's fine if that's how your team is built. But like, Spam and Duck gameplay does not, as of right now, based on what we have seen from Duck, like the past like 2 seasons. Like obviously,
especially in pre-draft though. Right now,
he could be a different player in the draft this year, and we could all have egg on our face. Fine, whatever. And if he is, okay, I'll take the L. I'm sorry, like nothing we have seen the past 2 years suggests that Duck is the person to put next to Spam. Like I couldn't believe. I was like, of all the guards to want to put next to Spam, I actually argue that Duck is one of the worst.
But you have the ninth. You have the 19th pick. It's not like the concern was like the lockdown position. Like they didn't want to have to select a lockdown or a shooting guard at 40. But it's like 19, getting a shooting guard would have been a lot better than getting Duck. Like
it's funny because maybe Duck didn't want to be on the Jazz, but like I actually liked his fit on that team. I actually think that him and Rhea are a pretty good combination in terms of like what their skill set is. If you put a really good 3-hunting shooting guard next to Duck, I think that offense works. It puts so much. Spam is going to have to like wildly over, like I would say on like the overside. He's going to have to go way over the amount of usual like dribble threes, like spot up threes that he usually takes, because Duck is not a 3-point shooter. He doesn't hunt threes. He's never been that good at it. Greening has always been an issue with him. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm stunned.
Duck,
I'm really
Duck
stunned that it's Spam and Duck.
Duck won't play lock.
And honestly, what I would think the play for me actually would be to maybe flip Duck into a late 2nd round pick. Actually, like just use him to go from 40 up into the middle of the 2nd round. I don't know. I just like. There have been some moves this offseason, and I think 2K23 is a different game than last year. So obviously, like we can only take this so much, but like there have been a lot of trades that have been made this offseason that I think from a gameplay perspective don't make sense. Like there are a lot of style clashes in the way that like a lot of these teams have been recreated going into this season that I think is going to be kind of damaging. Like there have been very few teams I think that have made trades that to take players to legitimately fit into their style. Like I think a lot of the stuff is clashing. Like I think a lot of the stuff that like the Cavs are doing, the Cavs have a great roster on paper. I think a lot of it clashes. It's just like, how's it going to work? Like, is Antoine going to play? Is he going to play? At the top on defense? Is it going to be Season that kind of the pick? Is Yusuf in the corner? How are they going to be switching? What lock are you putting in between them? Like, I think the Cavs clash a little bit. I'm worried about how this Pistons experiment is going to be working. This Kings thing doesn't make sense. Like, there's a lot of teams who I think have made acquisitions that are clashing with what worked for them last year, and this feels like that.
I just feel like there's been a lot of regressive moves this offseason, a lot of backward steps for teams. I think that teams are trying too hard to like make moves to win and not waiting till the draft. Like I think a lot of teams rushed out of this draft and just moved away from it so quick. Like we're not even like through the full pre-draft process, and we got teams that have their full 5 already and have like first round, like they're trading out of lottery picks to move back in the draft and stuff like that. Like we don't like.
Yeah, like that magic trade was peculiar. The longer that this has gone on has been more peculiar. And by the way, Nap, it had nothing to do with Reese wanting out of LA. To be honest, if you have a top end shooting guard and you need to upgrade a point guard, that's the trade that you kind of have to make. Like there have been multiple. I mean, the Beast Move's been traded now twice for that trade so guys can move up to get higher picks. LA just did it with Reese. Like using the shooting guard to move up and get your point guard is good. And also the Lakers being able to get spam here, regardless of who their shooting guard is fantastic. Because the Lakers have that future first. If Duck is bad, they can just hopefully move Duck in the future first and get a better shooting guard. I think my problem is that like I think that's a very reactive move. And I think it's one of those things where it's like on paper, you're like, wow, I can get Duck for the 40th pick. And you think to yourself, that is fantastic value. Duck is a good 2K League player. I now have a better 2K League player on my team for the 40th pick. But then you look a little bit deeper and it's like, okay, well, now Duck's my shooting guard. He's never played shooting guard in the league before. So
what about
that's a challenge.
What about CP instead of spam?
No.
You don't
I'm
think
taking spam.
Take spam?
Yeah. I think CP is good. I think we'll get to CP whenever he drafts. But I think when it comes to spam, just like the upside on his personality-wise and also like the content that you can make around him and also just like branding him as a Lakers gaming player, I think is a really valuable thing. I think they need to just put the Lakers gaming logo on some sort of star that they can sell. They can use him for promotional material. They can use him in articles. Like they need a big time player with a big following to like kind of launch the team into the next level. Crazy has the talent now. Spam is going to be kind of the face of it. And I think they need him.
If green light.
Is Duck a better shooting guard than the lock shooting guard they would have gotten at 40? No, because I think honestly, if they go spam at 3 and Trey Dollars at 19, I don't give a crap. What like if Nacho knows how to scout, he'll get a good enough lock at 40, and their team defense will be good enough. Trey Dollars, 40th overall pick lock, green too nice and crazy should give you a fantastic defense. If that team is bad on defense, it's probably honestly on the coach at that point.
He's also he's also a prom king. That does help. Yeah. Prom king. No. Anyway,
you went green light. Where does Spam and Glizzy go? I think Spam still goes 3, and I think Glizzy would probably at that point go 4, and they would trade Harvey.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I think the Blazers would trade to somebody that would probably be trying to jump up for Glizzy.
Maybe
that's probably what would happen.
I can see that. Hit it. What's next?
All right, 4 is the Blazers. Everyone keeps putting CP here. Is it Bray or CP? That's the 2 people I've seen here. That's it.
I think it's CP personally.
I think it's gonna be CP, but I feel like this is the team I'm worried that's gonna make the mistake that we always have in like the early picks. They just do a Fanta type pick where they take Fanta like 7, and it's like, whoa, what the hell just happened? You know what I mean? Like this is the team I feel like that could mess up the whole like trajectory of where guards are going. Because I feel like they're on this hiatus of like, we don't want to listen to the community and we want to do our own thing. Like trading Jomar for 2 firsts, that's definitely like, we're going to do it our way and not anyone else's way. And I would not be shocked if they went with like some other guard that we weren't talking about. Like, what if they go with like Liche or something like really high or Bougie, like out of nowhere?
No, I don't think they do that. I think they go Kyverson at that point.
You think?
If they're really trying to do the we know better than you guys, we're gonna take our guy and see how it goes. Champ, like I don't know how much scouting the Blazers have done. Nap, we don't know if they're gonna hire anybody, but like if they've done any scouting, Kyverson would be the guy that you would point at and be like, holy shit, that guy jumps off the screen. I'm just gonna take him and see what I can do as like a surprise pick. But like Liche good, like Leche's good, Bougie's good, but like if they're going for like a flash pick, like it'll be Kyverson. Like flash, like a real like pow, oh my god pick, like
yeah. Now I think that there's definitely something interesting that could happen. Like who's to say? I feel like the UPA event could really judge who gets taken there. Like they could see like let's say like Tay goes off again, like he did in Philly. Like like he could end up being that guy there. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know who's playing in Dallas. I think Dallas will change things just like Philly did and just like Vegas did. Man, like these things matter now. Like dude, the no look. What was it? It was no look. Yeah, no look rolls to the Xbox final, right? What was it, like 2 weeks later? Dukes trades 5 for Bash.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Like they didn't even hide it. They didn't even hide it. Like I don't know. Bougie's good. Leche's good, man. I'm saying like if they're trying to drop the hammer on like like a talent first guy, I feel like Kyverson would probably be the first guy. Leche is a candidate to get drafted, man. There's so many more point guards are going to get drafted this year than I think we realize because the shooting guard class is just. Ew. Yeah.
Definitely see some PGs be at that position, but
is it bad that some of the top players are not going to Dallas? Maybe. Yes and no.
I would not rule out that some of those players might not go because everyone.
I don't know the rosters, Cinco. So
I'll be real with you. People always change their mind last minute and go. I'm not saying that like Glizzy and all them said they're not like they could go last minute. You never know. Like
Dallas is always fun for drafts, bro. Like even last year, remember the whole Johnny going number one. Was it going to be Cooks going number one? Was it Gallo? Like I remember in Vegas, like Gallo's name really started to take off to go number one. Like these in-person events always spark intrigue. So I'm sure we're going to get
there's certain people that these events matter to. Like people you just name, like Glizzy. Come on, like Glizzy doesn't need Dallas to be.
Dude, if CP dominates in Dallas and he ends up getting drafted third over Spam, like that wouldn't be like a monster surprise.
Oh, that's like,
just because like that's how this shit goes.
I think that for Dallas, the people it matters to the most is guys like Mooch, guys like Tay, even Claude, even like all these guards that are trying.
Dallas is for the shooting guards, champ.
I mean, yes, okay.
Dallas for the two guards. We got to actually find out like who, like what's going on here.
Yeah. No, but CP not going. CP's not, but honestly, it's not a bad move for CP not to go. Like I'm not saying protect your stock, but his stock is in a good spot to where like I don't think he needs to go. I think there's certain guards that do need to go because they're on that 50-50 bridge. I think CP has done enough in this pre-draft to where he's very favorable to be one of those picks. So we'll definitely.
I would love to see the rosters, but we'll talk about that another time. All right, who are you taking it for? You can make this.
I'm going to do CP. Because it doesn't make sense for Bray. 5, I'm being told very interesting reviews about 5. It's not.
What are you hearing?
Well, it's getting moved. Everyone knows this. It's getting moved.
Mm.
This pick is gonna get moved eventually. We know everybody's been talking about this for a while. I think this is gonna be something that happens on draft day. I don't think this is gonna happen anytime like after UPA, unless someone sends them an outrageous offer. They're just sitting on their pick and waiting for the best offer. That's all this is. They're not taking their player here.
I think so. If we're trying to like here, so the teams that are most likely to trade up to 5.
This is for Bray. They're going to trade for Bray. This is literally or point guard or point guard.
Here are the team options.
Miami.
I think the Hornets, Miami. A weird dark horse feeling in the back of my skull is that the Raptors are getting.
Yeah.
That's what the back of my head is telling me that the Raptors have to make a move because 15 makes no sense. Like there's like we're gonna do this whole mock, bro. By the time we get to 15, the best possible player for them to take if Kenny's taking point guard is like Polo or something. But like, was really.
That's all, you did all those moves just to get Polo.
That's just to get Polo to pair with Kenny and nobody else. Like it seemed very strange. I think they're going to try to move up to 5, and I think they want Bray.
Who, the Raptors?
Raptors, yeah.
I
think they're going to trade a future first, get Bray at 5.
Getting rid of they got to find a way to get the future first back though. They got to find a way to like.
No, they're fine. They're fine at that point because think about it, right? So let's say they get Bray, right? So. If Kenny's bad next year, you probably don't bring Kenny back.
Yeah.
It's 6 years of him. If he's bad this year, let's say they move on for him, right? Okay. So the guys you're bringing back Bray. You're bringing back
probably one of the second round picks here.
2 of your second round picks. You don't really need a first at that point. Like it would obviously help, but like they need a blue chip player far more than they need a future first. Like 15 is going to get the Polo, and Polo's like, no Polo slander. No Polo slander. It's just like Kenny and Polo is not going to get them as far as Kenny and Glow. As Kenny and Bray will, at least from an asset perspective. And also, like, I don't even know if they take Polo at 15. Like, the problem is that as we play this out, you're going to realize that unless they take a shooting guard at 15, which will be Trey Dollars or Gazuli, both of them will be on the board. If they don't want a shooting guard there, there aren't a lot of great locks left. I personally don't think there's a power forward this year that's worth 15, and the center is Polo.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
What are we gonna do for this 5th pick though? Because it's like it's getting traded. Like it's just about it's about predicting where the trade's gonna be. We can't really. It's kind of hard to mock a player here because
it's right there for the Heat, bro. It's right there. I mean, like 11 in the future first will get them green light.
I agree.
It's right there, and I'm surprised that Famous hasn't done it yet.
The problem is he doesn't have enough ammunition. He's fired the shots, but the thing is, they're looking at all options. They're trying to, like, Moody and them are trying to get the best trade possible, and unless somebody like there's been some interesting offers in this offseason, and I'm sure that Moody is trying to wait it out to see what he can get. I guarantee you that trade is on the table for that 11 in the future first for 5. I guarantee you that it's there.
If look, it's got to be discussed. All right, who we put at 5? We just gonna put Bray and move on?
Yeah.
All right, let's do Bray.
All right, 6. It's you know what's interesting about this? Everyone's saying green light. I agree with green light. But it seems like green light has had a very good relationship with Reese the God as well recently. And I'm not trying to base it off of them playing together, all that stuff, but things like that have always intrigued me, usually closer to the draft. Guys like this end up on teams together. We remember when Jack was playing all that time with Dave Fry right before the draft, and what do you know? You know, he ends up on a team with him. It's really about if Greenlight is going to probably look into the situation for the Pacers, see how much control he truly has when he goes there, whether he can actually pick his teammates or not. Because I don't think Greenlight wants to go to a situation where, like, we've seen this issue with the Pacers before, where, like, Ramo went there, he didn't really have much power and a lot of say in a lot of things, and that was part of why he didn't like being there in Indianapolis. So, like, Greenlight might want to go to a Grizz team that I've been told their players are taking that selecting the players for that team. So that's
it's just based off what Cody want, man. Because to be honest, like I think Claude at 6 is a very acceptable pick.
I don't
if he doesn't want to do the green light thing, it's not that green light's going to point guard purgatory or like anything like that. Like he goes to the Pacers, I still think green light's going to compete for the scoring title next year. But it's just like for green light, I think the thing with him this year is that he is probably going to be the point guard this year that basically gets to choose where they go. Like every year we get like 1 or 2 of these guys, and maybe a team is defiant and takes them anyway. But like Greenlight's kind of like the guy who is almost picking where he wants to go this year. I just wouldn't put it past Cody to take him at 6. Like if Greenlight is telling the Pacers don't take me at 6, I think Cody probably backs off and just takes Claude and be like, all right, I'm just gonna take a really talented young guard that I can mold. But
what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, it just really depends on how much Cody wants to drop his nuts, honestly.
What's the difference between a guard like Claude and a guard like Mooch?
I think Claude for me. I think he's a little bit easier to build around than a guy like Mooch. I think Mooch is in the league too turnover heavy last year. Still been kind of turnover heavy this offseason. Mooch a good player. He's a first round pick. I just prefer Claude.
That's fair. I think there's a chance that Mooch could also end up on that 9 pick, and they take a lock or a shooting guard here at 6, and they use that 9.
What lock or shooting guard is there that is like worth 6?
Zuli, could go with Homicide.
Maybe.
I think there's a chance that they take their guard at 9 instead, because like if Greenlight doesn't want to go to their team, right? Greenlight's going 7. Like they know they know Greenlight's going 7.
I guess at that point, if you don't take Greenlight, then you know that you could get Claude at 9 if you really want to.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because Greenlight's just going to go to that team, so I think 6.
Now, the problem is that the Hornets traded to 10, but it's not the board's not going to work out like that for them. Somebody is going to take Claude before 10, and that's why I think the Hornets might trade up to 5.
I wouldn't be surprised. This Heat team is probably on the phone with all the teams, basically.
Yeah. I'm very surprised that Famous has been so silent this offseason. Like I'm surprised. Like he's got a great roster right now. Like I would invest in this team now. Like that future first, like fine. I don't know. Like we might have issues retaining people next year. Like, worry about that next year. Like, I would worry about the talent now. But that's just
This is one of the teams I definitely do agree. Like the Heat should kind of slam on the risk of using that future asset, just like how the Gen G did that. You know, right? Like Gen G uses their future first. My phone downstairs. Well, you know what? You should probably go downstairs and pick up the phone. Anyway, going to number 6, Harris. Do you think? I think if you're under the impression that Greenlight doesn't want to be on your team and he wants to go to Memphis.
I think it's Greenlight Claude or Claude Greenlight, whichever way you end up deciding.
Are you just taking your guard no matter what at 6? You're not taking the chance of just going and get your guard at 9 because
no, because to be honest, like we know who's going 8, so
well, I know who's going 12. I don't know who's going 8.
Well, we'll talk about it.
I know who's going 12. I don't think he's going 8.
I think he's gonna go 8.
No, he's not.
I think he's going 8, buddy. I'm telling you.
That makes sense of why he goes 8. But anyway,
we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's go Claude, and then let's send Greenlight to the Grizz.
Okay.
Just to shake it up.
I think it's gonna be a lock at 6.
Then, I mean, if you want to take Sub there, you can. I think that's a little high for Sub. Sub's gonna be there at 9.
No. Sub's not the best lock in the class, though.
I mean, if you want Range there, you can take Range. He'll probably be there at 9. If you want Ham, you can take him there. Spending the 8th pick on Ham or Range to me is a little bit high.
Okay. We're on the 8th pick, Harris. Who's going 8?
Dimes.
He's going 12. I'm telling you, he's going 12.
He's going 8.
He's going 12. Harris, why would they select?
I don't think they care. I honestly, dude, I don't think they care. I think they're just gonna take their guy.
So you're gonna miss that. Why not take a lock? Oh.
Because they can get a lock at 12.
But a lock's gonna go off the board.
I'm taking Dimes. I don't want anybody to trade up and get it. I'm taking Dimes. I can get a lock at 12.
This is where
who would you take at 8?
I'll take Homicide, and then I'll get Dimes at 12.
Nah, I'm taking Dimes.
I'm chat. Oh my God, no.
Get your guy. I'm taking Dimes. That's my guy. For if I'm the Kings,
I don't like it. I think that you get Dimes at 12, you're fine.
It's a lock, dude. It's a freaking lockdown. Their value is limited. Damn.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
There ain't no Zay in this class.
Fine, you know what? Fine. I'll put Dimes, but I'm just saying. Now Homicide's gonna go. Who do you got? Who we doing 9? We doing 9?
If you want Homicide, you can take Homicide. If you want Range, you could take Range. Sub is there. A lot of great locks out there. I know Crush wants 1-3. There is no Crush in this draft.
I'll go.
It's up to you.
I feel like they would take Range. I feel like I could see Cody taking Range. That seems like a Cody pick.
Okay, I like it.
10. This is
10.
where it gets interesting. This is where it gets interesting. And
okay. Let me check what
we on the board right now, guard. We have Tay, we have Mooch, we have Antoine Love, Bougie, Liche, and we have Boo, Kyverson. Then obviously after that it's kind of
is this the Mooch pick or do they go Glenn? Do they bring Glenn back?
I don't think they used their 10th pick to bring back Glenn.
Okay.
Especially with the roster they have right now is insane. That's just hell on earth with the.
I don't think Mooch is a bad pick here.
I think I don't hate the Mooch pick.
I've been mocking them Glenn pretty hard over the past couple weeks, but just because like I feel like
I'll go Mooch because
right.
I think that they got to get a guard, man. They got to get a PG. Like Glenn kind of played there. Like they didn't win last year with Glenn being that guy. Like they didn't win enough. Like they gotta change the culture. They have to change things there. They have to get somebody different in there to win. So I would say Mooch. And good old 11. Good old 11, Harris.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is famous pick. Listen, famous. Do me a favor. I need you to get up, go downstairs, pick up the phone. Get on the phone with Moody Get on the phone with the Pacers. Call up good old Cody Parent. I know he's in your contacts. See what's going on. See what's going on. Because you need to move up in the draft. You need to move. It's not like there's not an option at 5. It's not like they're not moving off the pick. They are more than willing to move off the pick. Vandy, hey, what do you think? What do you think, Harris?
Man, I like that Vandy pick. Tay's also a good one here. I mean, them taking a lock is. I mean, Ham would be the pick here if they're really taking a lock.
I mean,
and they would make the Kings really upset, and they would really they'd piss off the Cavs.
Where is the Heat? Oh, 29 is the next Heat pick. 29 is the next pick for Heat.
Nobody else needs a point guard, so the only team that could technically take a point guard after this is the Celtics. But all I'm gonna say is that the history of point guards drafted in these not first round is bad, very, very bad.
Do we have a single guard in the league right now that was drafted out of the first round?
Not point guards. I don't believe. Let me double check.
And season, and
yeah, I get. And to me doesn't. And sure, yes. Ant is the exception to the rule because he was a first round talent that went second round because of
every single guard except FTW, of course. Yeah.
So if this is why when like this, whenever we talk about the Heat, and it's always like, oh, we like joke about the 11th pick and like, oh, like it could be a lock. It's like, no, that's just no. Like the real issue with this 11th pick, man, is that I don't think there's anybody that they draft here at 11 that that truly puts them up against the best teams in the East right now. And I think that's why I struggle to understand why he hasn't moved the future first, or why 5 wasn't like the first move that they made, and just go like just get that locked in, or like even try to move up to 3 like the Lakers did. Like I guess I missed out on I'm missing what the Heat's plan are. Like I understand they want to build around this 3. Like I get it, and you might be worried about not retaining guys next year. Like I get it, but also no. I take the guard.
Harris, let's say what give me a guard and just look at this. Currently have pulled up the Eastern Conference guards. Okay.
Yeah.
Any guard at this point, just give me any guard that you would select at 11 right now, and then you can put their name, and I know it's names, but put them in the Eastern Conference with all these PGs. Anybody, give me anybody. Give me.
Let's go Antoine Love here.
Okay, Antoine Love. Where does he rank among all these PGs that are in the Eastern Conference?
Below all of them.
Yeah.
At least starting the year. Famous, you keep that emoji out of my face.
You have Greens as well. You have Greens on the Nets. You're going to have that Mooch pick with and then you have Famous, the last team in the Eastern Conference with a PG.
Let me say something to Big Face. Fame loving 11 because nobody can figure out. Like I don't like that sentiment, okay? Because it's 11. Like if Fame nails the pick at 11, like he's got it. Like that's a great pick. But at the same time, like it's 11. Like we can all look at the board and be like, all right, like the guard value at 11 this year is not what it's been in years past. If people really fall to him at 11, it would be like a really big surprise. There's so many guard needy teams at the top. I don't know. I think if Fame takes 11 and a future first and moves up to 4. 5 gets a top end point guard. I like it, and that's fine. Like, and it's 11 until it's not. I know, but
we'll see. But
no, we don't know what Fat Love's going to be as a point guard in the league. He's a total question mark. That's not fair. Like a lot of these other point guards we've seen play in like either in the league or it's like Greens and spam. Like CP probably equal question to Antoine Love in terms of like what they're going to be in the league. But I think it's very fair to wonder what Antoine Love is going to be like in the league, just like any of the point guards, right?
Yeah. So do you want to play?
Right, who are you taking at 11? Who are you taking?
I mean, I'll go. I guess we'll go. But Antoine Love to Sav. I don't know. I keep putting Tay here, but I want to change it up. I keep putting Tay here over and over again. And it's like, that's, in my opinion, that's the best available. But this is the situation where, like, I don't know. I really like. There's a lot of options that he can go with Lee J, Kyverson, maybe.
Maybe it's Kyverson. That'd be a shocker.
I'll go Kyverson. I'll go Kyverson.
Go for it.
I'll go Kyverson.
See you, bro.
Kyverson.
Go crazy.
All right. Number 12, the old Gen G pick. Homicide.
Yeah.
Look at that. Boom. Okay. 13. This is obviously interesting what's going to happen to this team.
That Kyverson pick is such a great upside pick because if he fucking hits, that's how you take an 11th pick and like get it to the next level. I think this is Glow.
Not Polo.
Nah, I think it's Glow.
So I don't hate the Glow pick. 14. What do the Cavs need?
Lock. They're pissed.
Oh, they're pissed.
They're very mad.
Probably
at this point they probably take sub.
Probably.
Or Eli.
Kick is out, yeah, so no that sucks that kicks out. Yeah. I think for this team because 3v3 I think sub goaded. I think sub goaded.
RB time down seats for 10 minutes. That's funny.
I'm gonna sub goaded.
I think you can go sub here? All right.
Yeah. I just think that for them, like for 3v3, that'll be a big impact for them.
He sent him to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah. Oh man, Raptors at 15.
So here we go, right? So now we visually hit the Raptors pick, right? So here's who's available, right? Tay, Antoine Love, Vandy for point guards. Gazuli, Glenn Ratty, Trey Dallas for shooting guards. Future Clutch, Kaze for locks. Chaos, probably Jay Snags at power forward, and then Polo at center.
I love the Tay pick here. I'm gonna be honest.
You go Tay here?
You need an impactful position. Like you get if you did all this to jump up to 15, you made all these moves, you got type off to everybody. Like you need a player that's going to impact this franchise, and I don't think that getting like a power forward or a center here is going to make as much of an impact as getting a guard here because Kenny's not the guy moving forward at guard. Like I just really think that they are gonna have Kenny play point guard this year, man. I don't think this is like we're gonna draft the guard to play next to him, and if Kenny's bad, we're moving him to the 2. Like I think Kenny's playing the 1 this year. I wonder if the trade. I like Jay Shea's question. I wonder if Trey Dallas is the play here. I think it's Trey Dallas or Polo personally. I think they need. I think they desperately need another guy who's played in the league before. I don't know. Toronto sounds pretty good, Harris.
I don't think they're taking a point guard, bro. I think the Celtics are going to take a point guard. I think the Raptors are playing Kenny at the 1.
Glenn to the Raptors? No.
Not a bad idea. Gazuli, not a bad idea.
Glenn not valid in the 6. Gazuli's an actually. I like Gazuli a lot. I like that Gazuli pick.
It's not bad. It's not a bad idea. I think they go shooting guard or center.
I go Gazuli. I think they can get because 2 centers have already come off the board, Dimes and Glow. I'd rather get the number 1 the number 2 shooting guard off the board at this point because now there's multiple centers off the board. So it's one thing Polo's on the board, but it's like I don't know. I think Gazuli. You take Gazuli. Yeah. It's the shooting guard class is very we already talked about the shooting guard class already being very shallow. Yeah. You might as well get that guy here.
Yeah, I would agree. Celtics
crossover gaming. Now I do not know what the hell this team's going to do.
Hey.
Oh,
this is pick. I think he's going to crush interviews. I think the idea of putting FT at the 2 in the league with Tay at the 1 is a tantalizing opportunity. I think Antoine Love, if he interviews well, is a great candidate for this spot. Because honestly, if you're talking about overall skill sets, I actually think Antoine Love's skill set fits better on the Celtics here at 16. I think Antoine Love is a big candidate for the Celtics too. But we'll see the direction that they want to go in the backcourt. We'll see. I would say Tay first instinct.
Man, I think Tay's gonna make a huge impact in Dallas, and this guy's gonna go from being here to being like in the top 10. I'm be honest with you.
Maybe so. Hey,
I'm
every
saying,
single
I'm a
time,
book it now.
every time he's been challenged, he's answered the call, over and over and over again. The past 10 months. So we'll see.
We'll see. 17. Laser 5 Gaming. We're both sitting here like, Well, it's power forward.
So are we putting the chips on the table? Are we putting chips on the table?
You can put chips on the table.
All right,
okay.
put the chips on the table.
All in.
All right. Who do we think is making the decisions?
Jomar.
Okay.
They didn't trade everything away. They didn't trade that much away for Jomar.
Okay. So they have CP, they have Harby, they have Jomar who's going to play center, and they have Lavish, which means they need a lock.
Lavish wants to play lock.
Lavish is playing lock? I don't know about that.
I've been hearing a couple birdies. A lot of birdies have been saying lock.
I feel like to me this might be the Jomar friend pick.
What's his friend?
Could this be a tactic pick? League veteran, great locker room guy. Friends with Jomar, can play multiple positions. They've played together before.
Oh.
Just throwing it out there, man. They drafted Bucket in the first round last year. I don't think we should be giving a lot of serious credence to all of their stuff. But like, I don't think tactic would be a bad pick here. If what they're really trying to do is culture, I know nothing, Comp. I really don't. I'm shooting fucking darts at a board. Like, they traded 2 first-round picks for Jomar.
We're at this point, man.
If the look, here's what I'll say. If the Blazers magically have some sort of like real plan behind the scenes that ends up working, it will be one of the great surprises in 2K history. And if I'm rooting for it, like I want it to happen. Champ knows me. I don't root against anybody. I call like I see it when it happens. If they put it together, amazing. I'll be thrilled. I'm gonna be on the broadcast freaking the fuck out.
Harris, you know what, Harris? You know what? Let's fucking do it. Let's put fucking tactic on the Blazers.
I don't think it's that bad of a. I think it's their only other pick of the draft, and I actually think it's pretty valid. Like if they're really going culture, good locker room, guys who know how to play 2K over like talent. Crazier things have happened.
I'll do it. I'm here with it. All right, we put tactic. All right. 18. What shooting guards are available?
Well, Gazuli's gone.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely a miss for them because they're like shit.
I'm gonna take a swing here. I actually think they go chaos at this pick. I think they take chaos first.
Why don't they take their shooting guard first? Because
I just think 19 could be is like a lock, quote unquote. They know they're not taking a shooting guard. They definitely know they're not taking
it actually just doesn't matter at that point.
The problem with this pick. So here's the issue with what the Pistons have. Okay, the issue with the Pistons is that one pick in between them at 19. Okay, is like the most tantalizing trade option for any team, right? Because whatever the Pistons do at 18 is going to dictate which team trades up to 19, because whichever team trades up to 19 is probably, whether directly or indirectly, is pretty much kind of fucking over the Pistons in some sort of way. So what pick they make here at 18 actually matters a lot. Like if they go chaos here, then some team is going to trade up to 19 and maybe take a shooting guard. Maybe they jump up and they take Glenn or Trey Dollars over them. But if they take Trey at 18, somebody could trade up to 19 and take Chaos, who they probably want.
Every team is strategizing for, like, I'm sure, like, there's teams that are going to strategize to try to take chaos in that pick if that's a possibility. So I do agree
This
with you.
late first area, bro, of like 16 to 21, I think all 6 of these picks are high candidates to be moved. I think the Celtics moving back would not be a surprise. I think the Blazers moving back off 17 would not be a surprise. I think the Pistons moving back off one of these picks would not be a surprise. Even the Lakers on 19, them not taking that pick wouldn't be a surprise. Like I if somebody gives a good enough offer to any of these teams at the end of the first round, they'll take it. But for now.
Everyone's saying spammy Harris. What do you think about that? You don't think spammy?
Chaos is available. Take chaos.
All right.
It's gonna be nice and all, but like I'm taking the 2-time all defensive candidate.
The 2-time.
I'm taking the 2-time top 6 power forward in the league back to back years.
Lakers gaming lockdown.
Who's left? Is this the future clutch pick?
No.
No, you don't think future clutch? Okay.
Kaze?
Oh, wait. What about Hezcap here?
What about Eli?
Didn't he go?
No.
Oh, we took sub at 14. Yeah, I would probably say Eli. That's a good one. I feel like he was gone.
I think Eli is more likely than certain people.
Okay.
So I think
Eli is telling me.
It would be Eli.
Okay.
All right.
It's gotta be Trey. Has to be.
But Trey here so many times, bro.
But there's nobody else. Who they taking? Glenn Ratty? You think Glenn's gonna fit on that team?
Why not?
I don't think Glenn fits on that team.
What about like?
No.
Is there nobody else? Like, what about like? About Chris?
From a gameplay perspective, Glenn and Ant together does not work.
Is there not like a I feel like there could be like not a random guy, but like a low key like. What about like guys like the Euro Dunks of the world? I feel like they're gonna do something weird like that. Like they're not gonna.
I mean, dude, it has to be Trey. With how he's playing right now.
I've put him here so many times, Harris. The Pistons picks. I've done the same so many times with Trey and Spammy, and it's like, oh man,
y'all gonna be stunned on draft day. Famous at Future Clutch. They don't know. LOL. Oh, you got me, man. Yeah, we don't know. It's almost like it's not draft day. Come on. Like, we've been silly. Really don't. Ha. We're going to take a lock really high. Come on. Relax, guys.
This is crucial.
Nobody knows where anybody's going to go at this point. The entire first round could be changed by the time we get there.
This is Crucifier Glenn. And it's probably Glenn.
Future, but that's the nature of lock, dude. Like, it's not a you thing. It's the position. Like, Eli went to the playoffs back-to-back years, and we have him going behind 1, 2, 3, 4 locks that go ahead. Like, it's just lock, man. You play lock. You play the lowest variance position. Is what it is.
Well, 21. Do you disagree or agree? Is it Crucifier or Glenn?
Oh, Glenn would be a great pick next to Greens.
Harris, what's with you in locks this offseason?
I think we are in a danger zone with locks. I'm worried that all the good ones have come through, and that the ones who are good now are just good at this game. Like I think the futures and the Elis and the guys who are like starting caliber but like not retainment level guys, like they're always going to be around. But like the new guys coming in, I'm worried.
I need like a memeable picture of Harris, like one of his wedding day pictures, and just underneath it saying it's just a lock, man. Like
locks are valuable. It's not that every single position is valuable. There's 5 positions on the court. There's only 5 players, which means all 5 players are valuable. But like, it's the 5th.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with Harris on this. You want to know why? Because we saw Crush get selected 3rd, and how much has that truly brought the franchise? Like, it hasn't brought them any tournament like titles. It hasn't really done much for them. They moved on from Crush.
Here's all I'm going to say about Lock Champ. Every single lock in the league that we consider good are the ones that are on good teams. Every single one. You go through who we consider to be the top 10 locks in the league, and it's the guys in the top 10 teams. Like it is a position very predicated off of what the rest of the team looks like. If the rest of the team is bad, there's why like the lock is likely not going to be sticking out in some way. Tezo does play for the Celtics, and he was amazing in threes. He was the best, maybe the best threes wing.
You're not gonna win anything with your best player.
Went to the playoffs last year.
You're not gonna win anything with your lock being your best player on the team.
Exactly, that's what it is.
That's the best way to put it.
If your lock, if the lock is the fourth best player on the team, you're in great business. You're doing like for instance, like Awk. Look at Awk during the playoff runs, right? Let's go through their title runs, right? Let's go to season 3. Season 3. Just Awkward is the third best player on that team, maybe fourth, depending on that season 3 run, how you consider Nudini playing. During season 4, during that huge run, they were the best team ever, right? He was the third best player on that team. Sure, it's because they had Dave Fry and JBM, but that's my point, is that to get the most out of a guy like Awkward, you need Dave Fry and JBM. There's no go watch Crush last year in the Kings during the ticket run. My man is like putting his soul on the line to try to get them to the ticket finals. But the team around him was just collapsing. They couldn't do anything. Like they needed like the best game that Big Rim has ever played just to win one ticket game. It's luck.
But Locke also, listen, I don't want to take anything. I don't want to take everything away from Locke, but it is a very brain dead position in the game this year as well.
That's not.
I think it is. I think it is a brain dead position.
It is. It's hard to explain, but you're going to see this year in the league what I'm talking about. Homicide. It's like scoring is going to be so low and defense is going to be so intense that most of the locks this year are going to be able to hold point guards under 30 points.
Listen,
like I just think the skill variance in locks has gotten lesser and lesser every single year.
All right,
you don't see good locks on bad teams anymore. It's so rare. Like it's like one in 10.
Well, Harris, we're moving on. This is the first round of our group mock together. We are going into round 2, and the first overall pick is Mavs Gaming. This is a team I always get. I already know who it is. Polo.
Yeah, I take Polo.
Yeah, they would take Polo.
Mooch, now he's making demands. I hate to be that guy. Has any lock ever made a demand in the draft and it's happened? Besides, well, saw what happened last year. He got suspended for it. What? That happened? He got suspended.
Oh, no.
Don't get mad at me. I'm not the one who did it. Anyway, yeah, Polo.
Oh my god, man. Oh my god.
What? Don't get it. Don't come at me. You know, it happened. A gradient. Yeah, you demanded Keenan. All right. 23.
All right, Grizz Gaming. What do they need? What the hell does Grizz need? They need a power forward? Am I crazy? Yeah, because they got green light. Now they need a lock or a power forward. I don't know what we're putting J-Rod at.
I think Future Clutch could be a good one here.
Not a bad idea. I just want to see the other options. Future Clutch is
good veteran lock. They get Future Clutch.
Is
Spartan.
There any power forward on the board before? Like, I'm not saying J-Rod is like the lock you want, but is there? I'll go
not
Future Clutch.
Against just putting J-Rod at the 4. He wasn't bad.
Yeah, I'll go.
There were definitely worse power forwards last year than J-Rod.
I'll probably. I agree. I think we go Future Clutch. This is probably a good spot. This is probably where
I like Future. That second team of Greenlight, Reese, Future, J-Rod, and Spartan. I think is a good two-way lineup at every position. I think that lets them compete for the playoffs in the West.
This is pretty much where I would project Future to probably go. To be honest with you. Pacers gave them in the first round. We gave them range and we gave them Claude. They now need a shooting guard, or they need a power forward. Very interesting. Shooting guard
is hard.
What's the next pick they have? 34. They probably got to go shooting guard. because the Raptors are going to take one.
Yeah, I mean the way that
Oh,
I
wait,
mean,
no, they're not.
if they could go J Snags here if they wanted to go big time power forward pick, but I don't know. There's so many power forwards on the board. They could get one easy at 34. That's capable.
I think you got to secure that shooting guard at this point. I don't know.
Who do you take? Chess?
Who did we give their PG? Claude, right? Their PG's
Yeah.
Claude.
Chess.
What about Crucify?
Maybe.
I like Crucify more.
You like him over Chess?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Crucify.
What does the chat think?
Hey, that's an interest. Yeah.
What does the chat think? I'm very interested to know what the chat thinks.
Well, listen, they're gonna spam chess. They're gonna spam chess.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll go Crucify.
All right. Champ really doesn't like black. That's funny.
It's not that I don't like him. I just don't think.
All right, now it gets hard.
Raptors. We gave them Gazuli. They need everything from lock to center.
I think one of these two picks is Peroxide.
Really?
Yeah.
God, what's a lot?
I think he's going to the Raptors.
Is there any centers that they can secure at this point, or that's probably what they would wait on?
Him. It's him, Willow, or Loki Godlike.
Well, why not just wait at 36 for that?
I don't know if I'd risk that. Hawks at 31 need a big. The Pacers at 34 need a big. The Celtics at 35 need a big. The Jazz at 33 need a big.
Why would the Hawks need a big?
They need a 4.
Yeah, but they're not. I guess
they can take Peroxide to play the 4.
Yes.
I think one of these two picks is Peroxide, personally. Plus the liquid thing, and
So what's the other pick besides Peroxide? Just going Team Liquid in the league.
Could go J Snags. No. Yeah, you actually could go. Oh, you could go J Snags and Peroxide here,
and not get your lock. I'd go J Snags on the lock.
Yeah.
I think you go J Snags on the lock here.
That's a good one.
That one. Locks you have available at this point. You have Clampism, who I think is really good. Kaze, and you have Hezcat, Follow. I think Neff is another one I really like. Logic Stark. I like Clampism, but I don't think that's like. They get J Snags. They might want to. And Neff is. I think Neff could be an option here, but I know it's an interesting one.
A little high for Neff, I think.
It is.
I like Peroxide here personally.
So Peroxide and J Snags?
Yeah, I think you take the two bigs.
Okay. All right. Sixers. What do the Sixers need? A lock, right? I feel like this is Kaze.
It's not a bad one. If Future's off the board.
Yeah, Future's off the board. So your options are Kaze, Clampism. I mean,
go Hezcap here too. I feel like he's going to go higher than we expect. IC too. IC the goat's a good one. Good candidate. I think Kaze is a fine pick though.
Yeah, I feel like Kaze seems like more because it also improves their threes. They were in the Final Four last year at threes, so grabbing a guy that's obviously good in threes and has improved in fives, good option. I think Kaze. We'll go Kaze. Kingsguard Gaming. Kingsguard.
Harry?
Is
Carry Dimes. Bring Carry home.
that the best power forward? Is there any other power forwards? I mean, I don't mind it.
Uh,
I don't know. Like, is that like best option, or is that like? I mean, I don't hate Carey. That's a bit. But
Dewan, if you like him. Stex, Don, Jolo.
Stacks is out of the pool.
Herm. Really?
Yes, he's not in it.
Surprising.
So is Kick. Both gone.
Well, kick. I knew. Stex is in the pool.
He is not. He is going to be dropping out.
Oh, he's dropping out. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh,
well. On to the next.
Jolo. No, I think that they would go with. I don't hate the Carey pick at all. I don't think Carey's a bad one. What about like putback?
Huh?
I said, what about putback?
Putback's not a bad option here. Glowski also, because the Dimes connection.
I don't think that like it's not like it's Dimes team though. Dimes is coming to. So
Yeah, but you just need somebody to play power. Play corner for him.
Yeah. I think it's more. I could see Carey. I'll go with Carey.
Go for it.
Heat, lock. I'm going Neff.
Go Neff here.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Enough.
Alrighty.
At this point, I don't think there's any locks out there.
You're really high on him.
I am very high on Neff.
Okay.
Yep. Nepotism's another one too. Nepotism. All right. Jazz Gaming on the clock. Need a 1 through 4. They're not getting a PG here. So, what will they do? They're probably going to want to go with a position that the Hawks and Duke Symphony.
I mean, I think it's best player available.
It's probably going to be a guess power forward. Probably going to be power forward because the next
Power forward at 30?
Yeah, because
bro, they've a center.
Yeah, but the next two teams are going to need power forwards.
I don't know.
I mean, you can. I mean, I guess you could just focus on yourself, go with what you want, but like you can get. You're getting your point guard with your last pick at this point. You're not going to get a guard. Like you're not going to get a guard this high. I mean, you can go with a guard. I understand getting a guard at like 33, like a shooting guard or PG at 33. But like 30, you might as well go with the position that's going to be like that's going to get taken off the board.
I don't know. It's just hard to defend taking a power forward when you have Rhea on your team, bro.
That's fair. Well, then take a lock. Just the has cap.
My roster is empty. I'm not taking a lock. I don't know, man.
I think it's has cap.
Take a lock.
Yeah, because Duke Symphonino is about to take a. Wait, did we give them a lock? Oh, yeah, we gave them flow. Well, you get Hescap here, and then you have a good luck, and then you get your guard at 33.
I'm stunned. A lock. Okay, my roster is empty.
I mean, if you want to get your guard,
what else do what? I don't know about
no one needs a guard though.
I'm really struggling. It doesn't matter, bro. Why am I taking a lock over a guard?
Okay, fine. What guard are we getting? Are we getting fucking Antoine Love, Leachy, Bougie?
I would take Antoine Love or Vandy. Vandy actually going to be a bad pick here.
It's Vandy.
No chatty patties on the team.
So they're not going to bring back putback onto this Hawks team. Right?
Could be. I don't think that's a bad pick.
So this is basically the pick they could have gave out to bring.
Yeah.
I'll
let you make this pick.
Fuck.
I know who I would take here. I don't think they would do it, but I know who I would take.
Fucking Perm.
Yeah,
Is that who you
actually.
was that yours?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we'll do Perm.
Is this not like the easiest perm pick? Like I think Dewan is a vibe here. I think Jolo also works.
I think it's Jolo.
I wouldn't take Jolo over Dewan or Perm. They need a pick and roll defender. Oh, I don't know about taking Jolo over Dewan or Perm for a PNR guy. I don't know. Hot shot's my corner, bro. I need somebody a little bit
what was the other
more
one?
anchor.
What was the other one you said?
Perm or Dewan? Gliz, on this game, just my personal opinion, bro. The Dewan and Perm from a pick and roll perspective are on a different level than Jolo. Jolo's a good player. I think Jolo could play corner probably better than those guys can. I'm higher on Perm and Dewan in pick and roll this year. Perm might be the best pick and roll defender that I've seen this year outside of like C's.
I'll go Dewan.
Perm's been fucking people up this year. I don't know.
Just pick his cap.
Sure.
All right, Dad's back on the clock. Need a shooting guard, lock, power forward. Are we taking a lock here now?
How about Majestic?
Yeah. All right.
I didn't say that Golo doesn't guard pick and roll dope. I said that I think Dewan and Perm are better.
What did you say the Jazz here?
DJ did not die. I'm.
What about authentic African?
Perm's been fucking people up. You can go A if you want here. I think Majestic is an easy slam pick here. I think Stan gets along with Rhea. Played with him before. 3 vets. Stan, you've Vandy, Majestic, and Rhea. They're gonna be damn good at threes.
All right. What did you say here? Sorry, I was.
Yeah, I think Stan's a good pick here. A would be a good pick too, but it's Stan. You know, we know that he can play in threes at a pretty good level, and we know that him and Rhea obviously have a lot of history. So now at least you have Vandy, Majestic, Rhea, and you can do some fun stuff with threes. I do love me some Majestic dope. I love guys who can play any position and do it efficiently.
I'll hit it.
Dude, this will be Majestic's 6th year in the league. He's played all 5 positions.
Authentic. Okay. 34.
I think these next 2 picks are probably Perm Jolo in some fashion. So whoever fits better. I probably think Perm fits a little bit better on the Pacers next to Rain. I think Jolo probably fits better on the Celtics next to Tezo.
I'm down with it. Raptors.
What's freaking out about Jolo, bro? Like, we're in the middle of the 2nd round. Like, we're talking semantics here in terms of like personal preference between who's better than who. Like, this has been long rumored to be the not elite pick. But Chess is on the board. B Rich is on the board.
I think they would go to elite. I think that they're gonna aim for. They might want to aim for threes. At least so they can hang their hat on something. Because we don't know what direction things will go this season for them. So at least if they have elite, they might have some hope to be like a really good 3 team. I like elite there. Wizards. Be Rich.
I think at this point, Be Rich. Okay.
No,
I was gonna say Antoine Love.
I think Antoine Love.
I mean the talent that's on the board. I mean he's gonna be the.
Got Cap there.
Oh wait, hold on. They have Gazuli already. We can't take not elite. Famous is right.
Oh shit.
So then they need a lock.
I'm gonna throw one out there for you.
I see.
I think they'd go with Lawrich.
Okay.
They would go. I think.
I don't have a strong argument here for anyone. I think Clampism is also a really good pick here. Loud, Fluke,
Actually, I'm gonna go Clampism.
Logic, Stark, option here. Follow an option here.
Go Clampism.
D, Lux. Okay.
Wizards.
Twan Love for me. Like they need protection if Cap is bad. No one else is going to give them that right now than him. And I just want to say, like, I am hopeful for Cap this year. It's just like he has not looked great when he's played this year. And I know he's just getting back into it. You know, school, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Totally understand, but you know. So this league don't wait on nobody, champ. That's for sure.
Oh, I know. Power forward.
Jumper is also an option. I think that's very fair. Bucks.
Power forward.
Don.
Huh. Don or putback?
Yeah.
Put Don. Any other power forward? Yeah.
Oh, you just put Don on the whiz.
I thought. Oh shit. All right. Well, with the whiz.
Oh, you make this pick. I don't know.
Wizards, Disher. What do they need? Center, right?
Yeah.
Because Diddy's not going to center.
I wonder if they go low key godlike here. I wonder if they just go full upside on it. He's dropped. They need a threes big. I feel like low key is going to give them the highest upside. If they want to go a classic center, they can go somebody like a Willow or a Sleep, but
Surprised. Yeah. I think Sleepski though is a good option.
it just depends on the style of center you think they're going to want.
I think they go Sleepski. I think they're going to go with a guy that's
Okay.
I'll go Sleepski. As you're yawning. 40. We're now in the third round of the Harris and Champ mock draft. So now this is the Jazz pick. Who's Jazz gaming going with here? Let's see who's the.
They need a shooting guard and a power forward.
Shooting guards are available as hell.
Not elite.
Oh, look at that. The hit right there.
Chess is also available.
I think that ship has sailed.
Okay.
Not elite. Mavs Gaming 40.
What do they need? A 4?
The 4. Huh, let me see what's available at the 4.
This could also be a low-key godlike pick. Oh, Be Rich.
Wait.
Yeah. Be Rich to play the 4?
No.
Who is B Slime, bro? What are you talking about?
What about? Can we put back on a team? I don't think we put back on a team yet.
You go put back here. I think it's a bad idea.
Put back a team. Knicks Gaming.
Oh
wait, what are they? They need a power forward, right, for carry?
Yeah, this is like a legitimate power forward pick too. Because
this is Rizzy.
I was thinking that Crizzy dope also an option. Birch an option too.
I think Crizzy seems to fit this team more. Oh, Crizzy.
Heath Charger, Rim. I got Kraft on here too for
Gen G power forward.
I would have made some. Bringing Flacco back wouldn't be a bad idea. What if they go low-key godlike? Stex is apparently
really
not cool. I just think he's going to get picked. I think we're nuts for having him drop this far.
I remember when I got yelled at for looking godlike in the first.
Well, that was yeah. Yeah, power forward options: Duggs, Idris, Spammy, Glowski, Flacco, Dope, Birch, Keith, Charger, Big Rim, Kraft.
Did we put authentic on the team?
You're nuts, famous. Huh?
We haven't put authentic on.
No, we have not. If you want AA,
I'm gonna put authentic on this team. Actually, the Wizards.
to
Come on.
play center.
Yeah.
Why are you so convinced he's getting picked?
Authentic?
Yeah.
Good player.
No, according to what?
I mean, he's been a good player over the years. I am an AA.
Not last year, and he hasn't played at all this offseason. I don't know, man. I don't.
I don't.
It's hard. He ain't making no noise this offseason.
Life, man.
I guess. And look, if you're trying to give love to a longtime player, that's fine. I don't know. I think you're a little nuts for
Well,
the
his
AA
name's in the pool, so I don't think he's retired.
His name's in the pool. I thought so too, Grady. I thought he was done. I thought he just kind of faded off into the sunset.
His name's in the pool, so
You could send AA to Gen G if you want.
definitely
It's been an amazing stream. Comp, we live to entertain, you know. Everybody yelling at us that we're taking too long. We're just having fun.
Yeah, we're just chilling. Genji 45. What is the fuck power forward? Give him
Could go be rich here. Like, I'm not even kidding. They already have Crush and Feast. I mean, maybe they take somebody who can also play center. Hoff, Milo.
but dope.
It's not a bad idea. Native. Ryland. I don't know.
I'm gonna go dope.
Go for it.
All right, Jazz Gaming back on the clock again. What the hell they need? A power forward, right?
Charger. Get Rhea's buddy on there.
Okay. Charger.
Just third round power forwards are hard.
Hornets, Venom. This is a center, right?
Yes, they do.
Or power forward. I don't know what's going on with this team.
It's whatever Crown's doing.
I think they go with a guy that is like both a center power forward. It's probably gonna be one of those like native type people or something like that.
Honestly, this is if we're really taking it serious, this is probably the low-key godlike pick.
Do it. Fuck it.
Pop. Big face William sauce.
All right. The Evil Empire. Miami 2K.
If you want, go for it. It's been your pick. I think they go Flacco.
Go Miami. And the last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. Basically Brock Purdy.
I don't know who the T-Wolves are taking, so you got it.
Chat, pick a power forward for me. Any power forward.
Who are the T-Wolves picking? I got no clue.
I don't think they know.
Famous apparently knows how the whole draft is going. Famous, who the T-Wolves taking at 47? He's been giggling at us all night because apparently we know nothing. Famous, who you got? Nah, all the chatters, I appreciate your guys' opinion. I want to know from Fame because he knows the whole draft order already a month before it happens. I got to know who are the T-Wolves taking. I got to know.
Spam me. Don't spam me. I don't think he fits that team, though.
See, everybody's giving these opinions. It's great. I need to hear from Fame, man. He knows every pick, Rec, every single one. He does know. See, tell me, Famous. I can't. It's like the old fallacy. It's like saying I have $100 behind my back, but you will never prove to me that you have $100. So I just have to believe that you have $100. So it's either you have $100 or you're lying to me. So it's either you know or you don't know shit. and you're playing it off like you know, be rich.
Yeah. Went with a chat pick. All right. Well, guys, this has been the mock draft by Champ and Harris Rubenstein, two married man.
I'm not getting out there and finding out the 47th pick. I'll just wait and see. I'm good. At some point, that information will find its way back to me. That's kind of the cool part about where I'm at. Kind of ends up gravitating back towards the planets.
Gravity. Oh man.
Gravity, yes, just like Steph Curry.
Well,
informational gravity.
Harris, we have been having a wonderful stream together, and I do appreciate you. I want to get your thoughts because we're obviously going into the new year. New year, new Rubenstein. Is there a
new year, new Rubenstein?
is there a New Year's resolution you have that is related to like 2K, related to real life? Like, what do you got? Like, give me a New Year's resolution for 2K, the 2K League, and give me a New Year's resolution for
New Year's resolution for the 2K League is I really don't know. I guess stop pretending like we all know how the draft's gonna go. I think this is, but I'm not even just giving on famous. I feel like we do this every year. Where like even while we're just doing mocks, like we're doing mocks and everybody's in the chat saying like, "Oh, you guys are crazy. This is how it's gonna go." Nah, you guys don't know anything. This mock is trash. And then, man, you look at how the draft goes versus anybody's public mock, and it's out of left field. And then, of course, we all know what's going to happen, right? The draft's going to end, and then 2K fan Jim is going to come out of his Twitter retirement, and he's going to tweet out how he had all 47 picks correct despite not putting out a public mock. And, it's a yearly occurrence at this point that none of us actually know how the draft is going to go at all.
I think we all just enjoy shitting on each other, and I think
that's the beauty of the draft is that at the end of the day, like 47 lives are going to change, 47 picks are going to be made, and I always think I know, and then the Blazers take bucket at 13, and I'm reminded how I should be a GM.
I think this offseason has reminded me a lot.
Yeah, I think that's my New Year's resolution. I mean this in the kindest way possible. This offseason has kind of shown me out of all the other offseasons that I really think I could do this job. Like I really do think that I could be able to team build pretty well in the NBA 2K League and get away with it. Because just a lot of this stuff this year hasn't made a lot of sense. It's been a lot of weird. This has been, without a question, no offseason has ever had this many weird trades. This takes the fucking cake.
This is the most trades in the offseason ever.
This is the fucking cake with the frosting and the sprinkles on top, bro. Like I will not stop holding anything against B5 Dope. We must be held accountable for our bad decisions.
Yes, no. I agree.
They traded Unguardable for 2 first-round picks and then traded those 2 first-round picks for Jomar. That's bad business. We got to talk about that. Like even this Duck Lakers trade. Like it's like a kaleidoscope. Every single time you look at the trade, it just kind of looks a little bit different. Like you just keep kind of like spinning it to look at it a little bit differently, but it's the same. It's still Duck for 40th pick. It's very strange.
Definitely interesting to look at this trade. Like, Harris, this trade happened today.
I can't believe this. For somebody who covers the league and is always like looking at assets and trying to think like, okay, like what's available. I swear to you, and I try to know about this stuff. I swear to you that Duck for pick 40 was never. It's not even on my radar, bro. It wasn't even in the fucking solar system. It wasn't even in this. This is one of the most out of left field trades I have ever seen for both the team trading him away and the team acquiring him.
This is like something that would happen in like an alternate universe. I didn't know it would happen in ours. I didn't expect this one.
It's a blockbuster simply because it was so unexpected.
Did anyone win in this trade at all?
No. No one won, but also no one lost.
Is this where does this?
It's a kaleidoscope.
Would this does this rank? Like I know it's early to rank a trade, but like, do you think this will end up in that like place of bad trades in our league? Like
No, because it's not a bad trade. It's just a weird one.
random.
It's like the Magic trading 26 for Oreo, but allowing the Sixers to get DJ in a future first, or a higher future second and a better pick this year. Like it's like, okay, like I'm happy that you got Oreo, but like look what everyone else is doing. It's just like, I don't know, man. I think it's like I said, a lot of, as somebody who looks at this league from a 20, how many teams do we have now? 25 team perspective versus just like, one GM looking at their team individually. I don't understand how GMs value things.
I agree,
don't.
Mama. I think
I really don't understand it. Like the craziest values on the craziest players, the team building this offseason, the personality mixing, like I'll say this, man. Behind the scenes, to everybody who's watching, there are a lot of very confident GMs right now. Okay. They all think that they have had like the greatest offseason since like the 2K League began. And I just, yeah, this is going to be a very coming to earth year for a lot of GMs. I'm just saying that now. A lot of GMs who think that they're making these big time moves and they're right. This could be a wake up party.
I mean,
listen,
what I've seen Jeff Terrell do
what
I've seen Jeff Terrell do the GMs in this league, I'll never understand. I don't know.
It's not even a Jeff thing. It's just like I don't know, man. Like I look at these teams and I try to project out what I think they want to do, and then they just go left. And I understand how like it works in other sports, Nap, right? Like, but those teams, right? Like the NBA teams and NFL teams that are making these decisions are fucking huge. Okay, there's like 30 people in most of these teams' front offices. Like the Reds, like do you know how many like hoops MLB teams have to jump through just to make like a single trade? You get the owner check off, the general manager check off, the director of baseball operations check off, the stats guy check off, the scouts have to check it off, the major league scout, like everybody has to fucking like check all this shit off. And that's how like most of the time in big sports, people don't make weird ass trades. But in our league, we trade Reg for the 19th pick and then trade Crush away for 2 first-round picks, but then the team that traded away Reg acquires Duck for the 40th. None of this makes sense. it's baloney.
I just want to put this here. This was a trade in our league. MVP and Rookie of the Year, first ever traded for this.
Then that's the thing, like, and that's also the thing, Nap, that's like the really weird part about talking about trades. And this is like, it's so funny because we do this as if like lift the veil. Oh, I can't believe that Lakers Gaming made this trade. Nacho made this trade. We can openly name him. I'm very confused why Nacho and Comp made this trade for each other. Like there's so little delineation between the trades that come out and the people who make those decisions. We know everybody who makes decisions on a 2K League trade. So it's just, yeah. It's just so interesting to see how GMs construct their teams versus what other teams and me like look at their team and how they should go versus how they want to go. And like so many GMs think they know best. And obviously I think I know best. And everybody, that's just how it goes. But it's just so many peculiar trades. So many strange ones.
A lot of very
Dope, don't tell me that I don't watch enough sports. It's literally fucking sports team. I spend my entire life going over roster construction. There recently, like in Major League Baseball, in the NFL, in the NBA over the past 5 to 10 years, the amount of like objectively bad trades has wildly gone down. The Rudy Gobert one, dude, is like, you can look it over, like the rest of the trades is an anomaly. It's like the Rudy Gobert trade, it's like the Russell Westbrook trade, and like maybe the Kristaps Porzingis trade. Like that's kind of it. Like they're really, like, out of all the trades that are made in the NBA, very few of them are like weird. But like our league, I feel it's every other trade.
Definitely been interesting.
Dope has been at my fucking throat.
Oh yeah.
He's been at my throat all night, man.
Oh
He's
yeah.
To both of us.
Let me ask you something, Harris. Not to change the topic real quick. We're about to have a UPA event in Dallas. Okay. What is your thoughts on this event and the impact it's going to have on the draft? Because the draft obviously was announced that it's going to be in New York in person. Obviously, it's invite only. It's the 29th or 26th. I can't remember. I think it's the. I don't know the exact date, but what are your thoughts on the impact of the UPA event? For right, like 2 weeks right before the draft.
Somebody's going to make multiple teams are going to make multiple bad trades to try to trade up for guys who play well. They're going to get baited.
So, do you think it's well? There's the side that gets baited, but then there's the side that like makes the jump at the right time to get somebody.
I think it's going to be random. I think we have less teams this year, and I think that's going to put a lot more focus on a lot of these guys. It's going to decide draft spots. Period. Like there's no if, ands, or buts about it. Guys who play well in Dallas will get drafted. Guys who play like shit in Dallas will not. And that's the risk, man. Like, look, I don't want to name too many people, but like, bro, like that shot that Merck missed in Vegas had like a huge impact on his draft stock. Like shit like that matters.
You know what's crazy? I remember when I talked about that and I said, like, I was like, oh man, like that could get him undrafted. And I didn't actually believe when I said that. And then
it's like one of the saddest things, but like it did. Like it's so upsetting. But that's the thing. Like we have now gotten to the point as a community and a point where the draft is where those little things, those tiny minuscule things, they all matter now, especially when the stage is as big as it is. Like, man, like I don't know what the rosters are going to be. Let's say Jumper's playing in Dallas, right? Like, what if he's the best point guard there? What do we do? Yeah. At that point, we have to change our draft boards. Like, there's a lot of things that could happen.
Yeah.
I hope Jumper's going to be there. Is he going to be there? Does anyone know?
I've heard things. I don't know if
is Jumper going to be in Dallas?
I've heard he is.
Can somebody tell me? Does anybody know who's going to Dallas?
I know my team's going. I know that Spam and all them are going to be there. My Spam trade.
Roger Rabbit says he is. Cool.
Good.
I don't know.
So let me ask you, out of all the guards right now, who needs to go? Like, I know obvious financial reasons why some people can't go. What point guard right now needs to go to Dallas in order to see a realistic chance of getting drafted? Like, they're in that 50-50 chance.
I think realistic chance is hard, but I think Tay and Antoine Love are two really, really big focuses. Like, I don't know if Antoine is playing in Dallas. I'm not sure if he's playing point guard. I don't know, but I think this would be a huge opportunity for him to like really like go toe to toe against the other elite players in person, get to meet GMs, the whole thing. Like I think this could be a really big event for him.
I think it's a big event for Mooch. I know
Mooch too. Yeah.
I know he's going, but
it's that kind of 1B-ish tier of like Tay, Antoine Love, Mooch. Yeah, I think they're all in there. I would just love to know the rosters.
Yeah, we'll eventually get them. We'll eventually get the rosters. I mean, it's Dallas is very important for a lot of guys in those 50-50 chances because this is an opportunity for you to go and meet these guys and talk with the players on teams, coaches, and GMs. And coaches are going to be there. A lot of coaches are going to be there. And it's an opportunity to talk to them and meet them.
I'm going to be there. Come talk to me. Damn.
Yeah.
I promise you, I'm way, way more interesting to talk to in person than I am behind this stupid Twitch screen.
No, we like you behind
as any prospect who's ever talked to me in real life knows, I'm a far better time in person than I am on Twitch. On Twitch, I'm an absolute asshole.
Guys,
I fuck with people so much. I'm so mean. And then you get me in person, and I like can't be mean to people. I'm like terrible anxiety about being mean.
Do a lot of people come up to you in person events or no?
Yeah, dude. I would say the guys who have come up to me and actually have talked to me have. I don't want to say they're always the guys who end up getting drafted, but like they're usually the guys who have who are like confident enough to like just have a normal conversation with me. Like I'm not a monster, bro. I'm 5'11", 205. Like I'm not some intimidating looking dude.
You guys heard it first. If you walk up to Rubenstein, you're getting drafted, okay, guys? So go walk up to Harris, talk to him for a couple minutes.
No, I just like I like it when prospects come up and like talk to me, and I can put like not just like a face to a name. I could put like a personality and an attitude and like a smile. Like, do I get a good vibe off of you? Like, I'm good at reading people, man. Like, I'm a pretty good judge of character. So like, if you come up to me and you're not a shithead, I'll think better of you. I think the default is for most people to be pretty shitty. So if you come up to me and you're not shitty, I will think highly of you. I'm pretty easy to impress. I'm not gonna lie.
That's to impress.
I'm scared of Gallo. No. See, the funny part about Gallo and I is that we just complete opposite personalities. Like, I'm fucking loud and obnoxious. Gallo's like very chill and goes with the flow.
Oh, Jumper's gonna play with Fab and them, I think. That's what I was.
So I love that Gallo and Len get to spend so much time together. It's so similar.
I feel like some people. Do you think some people avoid these events due to their?
Hell yeah! Oh yeah! I'm terrified. Oh my god, dude! Len is a dirtbag. Agreed. It's true. Like, Len's a dirtbag. No, like, dude, people are terrified of these in-person events because they don't want. How do I put this? They are scared of their personality overwhelming their gameplay. And they don't want you to like get distracted by who they are and get distracted by their game. If they're not confident in themselves and they're a little insecure, yeah, people aren't going to show up. But that's not everybody. Obviously, some people aren't showing up for financial reasons, timing reasons, life reasons, whatever the fuck it is.
Maybe they're getting married.
Yeah, maybe they're getting married and they have to not pay attention to 2K for 3 weeks and then randomly gets asked to do a mock draft after Duck gets traded for the 40th fucking pick in the draft. Yeah, I don't know. I think Dallas is really good for prospects. I think all these in-person events are really good for prospects. I think meeting people like, meeting the GMs. I think even meeting guys like Ev, bro. Like Ev works for the Warriors. So does Lux. Like meeting everybody in this community is a good idea. Especially like if you want a job, like if you're a coaching prospect, like think about the coaching prospects that we have that coach in person that are now coaching for 2K League teams, right? Like this shit matters. Like people pay attention to this stuff. Success in these events matters because it's all we have. We don't have other shit. We have remote gameplay. Everybody hates remote gameplay. They just don't want to admit it to themselves. In-person gameplay, it fucking slaps.
Yeah, it just it's something that the UPA is also trying to make it happen more with like some people were upset about the prize pool being less, but it's so we have more in-person events to have more of these events.
I'm coming from a very I want to acknowledge I'm coming from a very privileged place by saying this, in that like I know that the prize pool matters because people want to make money off of this, but it's not always about the prize pool. Like being a part of events like this in general is good. Like we're all part of this esport. We're all trying to make this esport better and help it grow. Like, yeah, like we all wish that the fucking prize pools could be the same that they are in other esports, but like they're just not. No, but that's my point for us, is that like if, again, coming from a privileged place of like I don't need 2K to make money. If you need 2K to make money, then yeah, probably not wanting to go to Dallas because the prize pool is a good idea. But like if you make money in other ways and can go to Dallas to like help your draft stock or help just meet people or just be part of the community like deeper and deeper and deeper, it's probably for the best. But at the same time, it's expensive. Like there's no discounting the financial ramifications of something like this. But if you can afford it and you want to, I think these events, in terms of getting drafted, there's nothing better. There's no individual event that you're going to be able to go to over the entire winter that is going to help you get drafted more than this. Period. Yeah. Like nothing comes close.
I mean, they do this in AAU and everything. People pay to unfortunately, like it's a part of it. You know what I mean? Like people go and pay to be in year-round leagues and sports to try to get an opportunity to make it to the NBA. Like it's not like this is the only thing that like does this. Like it's fun. I'll be honest with you. Every UPA event I've gone to, I've had a good time. I don't think I've gone to an event and I'm just like, oh God, I'm here. Like no, I have a good time.
Because if you're looking at this event and your thought process is I don't want to go because it could hurt me.
I don't want to see
not the best mentality.
I just don't want to see them be upset after the draft when they don't get drafted and they're like, why didn't I get drafted? Well, because it definitely stands out to me when you don't go to an event, especially when I feel like if your reason is financial, that's fine. But if your true reason is because like, oh, I don't want to affect my draft stock. And I'll be honest with you, it's pretty obvious when we see certain people don't go, and it's like I've seen people who were in the same state as the event and they didn't go. Like that's not like
I think heavy the no grand finals thing. I think they're saving for the UPA championships because this is a regional. So I don't think that they're doing the whole grand finals thing until the whenever we do the big one at the end of the year. If we do a big one at the end of the year,
I'm not saying it's exactly like AAU fours, but I'm saying like you're competing in a tournament. You travel somewhere to compete in a tournament. It's a travel team, right? You travel with your team to go to some destination, you compete and you show off your skills. The difference is you win money if you go all the way through. Like it's one of those things where I just feel like
that's kind of my point, comp. If you're scared to go because you're scared that your stock might fall, then you're gonna get eaten alive in the league. Like if you can't even handle the pressure of flying to a pro-am event, you're gonna be vomiting before 5v5 games on stage in the league. In person, a UPA event coming up, also doing in-person combine. That'd be fun. I hope in-person events reign supreme. Always have, always will. If you want to be a bigger part of this community, you want to be a coach, you want to be a player, you want to be future GM, whatever the hell it is, and you don't show up in person to events, I'm sorry, you're at a massive disadvantage to the other people who show up. You're not massive, because everybody has their own situations, but I don't know.
No, but Glizzy,
Players are different.
That's not true, Glizzy. Because if Kyverson goes out there and he's hooping in an in-person event and people get to see his personality and get to meet him and he's hooping and he makes it to like the Final Four and
But Gliz, what are the chances that Kai goes to Dallas and gets graded versus Leche? Like, do you think? From everything that I've heard when Kyverson's streaming, that man certainly does not have that kind of mentality. He's extremely confident that he's going to kick everybody's ass that gets in his way. But that's the thing. Like, to me, it's not that should somebody go. It's you should want to, I think. If you're one of the best prospects in the world, I want to go. I want to kick everybody's ass. We know, like somebody like Glizzy, it's like, okay, we know that. We know that Glizzy having like a bad game or two is not going to affect his draft stock. It is easy to have a bad game, Club, but the scouting has gotten so much better that we're able to differentiate those things. That was 3 years ago, Gliz, or 2 years ago. I think I don't know. I think Claude, I think that you should want to compete at all times. Personally, I think this idea of not wanting to compete, that would be like me not wanting to broadcast. Just because like I might do bad in an event and it might hurt my future earnings. Like, yeah, but I'm also very confident in my broadcasting and I don't think I'm going to suck.
If you don't have
I'm not scared to compete for my spot. I'm competing for my broadcast spot every single time I hop on the mic. Like if I start sucking ass, cursing all the time, like they're not going to put me on air anymore.
I'll be honest, if you're scared to go to an event because it might hurt your stock, I think you should really look at yourself and wonder, am I good enough to be in the league? If I'm scared to go to just an amateur event,
Cap scored 0 in Vegas, went top 10 and made finals. Gallo, you're the man. You know, like that's the broader point. Like y'all should just want to be competing at all times. Gliz, that was like 6 months ago. He's had a kid since then. I've been married. I've apologized to him. It's over. It doesn't matter anymore. But that's the thing, Gliz. Right? Like if every single time I broadcasted, that's all I was thinking about, I'd be a fucking horrible broadcaster. Like it's 2K. If you're really scared of playing 2K, bro, you're not built for the league. I'm sorry, you're just not. Like that's the craziest shit I've ever heard. Like yeah, like I get it. Like your draft stock might be affected negatively, but like, man, what are the chances? If you're confident in your game, like what are the chances of that? I don't know.
Hey man, you got to be built for the moment, and players that are built for that moment usually get drafted into the league. So definitely, there's a lot of upside, there's downside, in everything, regardless of what it is. But it should be a fun time. Tell them their ass. It should be a fun time. I'm excited.
Tried that.
I get to go to Dallas. And the thing is, I don't even just look at it as a 2K trip. I look at it as another. Like I like going down to Dallas. Like I had a good time last time I went down to Dallas. Like I was like, there's a lot to do down there. So definitely excited to be down there. Excited to see my guy, Mr. Rubenstein again. You know, as always. And
I think if you have a good reason for not going to Dallas, like I think it's totally fine. And if the reason is just I don't want to go, fine. Like you don't have to go. I don't give a shit. But like if your sole reasoning for not wanting to go is I don't want to lower my draft stock. Come on.
very interesting.
Like, put some hair in your chest. Play the fucking video.
Pull your shorts up. Pull your shorts up.
Pull your shorts up. And like if your reasoning is money, you can't go because of money, you can't go because of time, you can't go because of work, you can't go because of family, and you can't go because you just flat out don't fucking want to. Fine. But like if you're sitting around like, ooh, my draft stock, oh no.
Oh no. Our draft stock.
Oh no, my draft stock. It's
broken. Yeah, what? Oh my god, dude.
Have more events pre-draft than you can say people are scared? Well, we need the more people who show up to make our in-person events successful, the more in-person events we will do. So top prospects and the best players in the world going out of their way to not show up to events like this because they don't want to play in person is not good for the future viability of in-person events, is it? No. No, it's not.
Players have to understand you're going to have bad games in the league. Best thing about it, it's a series and you have time to make up. Also, personality and past work prior to UPA event is also important. Now, if you're 50-50 and unsureness in your game to scouts, then yeah, the draft stock is going to be affected. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think anyone who's a 50-50, and there's a lot of 50-50 guys out there, that's usually the majority of the draft, this is the opportunity to get away from that 50-50. This is how you split, like, this is how you separate. This is an opportunity to separate yourself from that 50-50 guy. Like, this is the chance. This is the opportunity to go and meet the players on teams and the coaches on teams, network with them. Because if they never talk to you and they never even see you, they're not going to draft you. That is that simple. No one is just going to draft somebody they've never spoken to or at least
and also like Claude, you're saying only thing the pros have literally nothing to play for, but like I think that's that statement right there is like literally nothing to play for. Again, coming from a privileged perspective of, you know, financial ramifications on people's lives, whatever. It's not always about money. We're like it's not like it is for some people, but like at the end of the day, like competition matters. Making the competition side of this esport matters. It's not always just about money. It's not always just about the prize pool. It's not what it's always about. Like competition matters. Putting on events matters. Then don't lose, Forrest.
$3,000 to get first. Wait, who's spending $3,000 going to Dallas? Hang on.
If you're spending $3,000 on flights and hotels in Dallas,
whoa! I know.
Talk to me. I will.
Yeah, I'll help you out because I'll tell you right now, I will help you out because
that's crazy.
That's
crazy. You could what was it? 3 days in Dallas, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2 flights. I mean, it's maybe $800.
Yeah,
$600, $700. I know you just said number, but that's my point. For like, these things are not nearly as expensive to the point where you're like, oh my god, the prize pool isn't huge.
I'll be honest with you guys.
Come kick somebody's ass. Come put a fucking trophy in your fucking trophy case instead of just playing remote games all the time and losing in the round of the fucking round of 16. Like, play an in-person event.
There's also, guys, you guys can get an Airbnb with your entire team. I know not everyone wants to stay with the team. Maybe everyone wants maybe people are spoiled and want to do their own thing. But me, I don't care. I'll go stay in an Airbnb with a group of friends.
Man, it was crazy talking to guys who got drafted in season 3 and season 4 who never got to play on stage. Like, talking to them and hearing how hungry they were to finally play on stage in the league was like blew me away. Like, that's the part of this that like I guess I don't understand from the player perspective. Like, money matters, I get it, but like, isn't the point of this to like compete and get better? How are you going to get better playing on stage besides playing on stage? And everybody's always like, oh, playing on stage isn't that big of a difference. Bullshit.
I think the biggest
absolute bullshit. I'm sorry, man. Like, every single year it has made less and less sense. A player saying that playing on stage doesn't matter. That is a blatant lie. It clearly affects players. Clearly, it's blatant.
One of the biggest reasons Spam is going to probably take a top 3 is because of his what he's done in person in 2 in-person events for UPA. Like, those 2 in-person events is a big part of why he's projected to be a top 3 pick. Like that, like
Not wanting to go out of their comfort zone. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why that's why interviews are. Saucy, that's the thing. Like exactly. We out here to hoop. We out here to compete. We're out here to tell the other guy that I'm fucking better than him. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a hyper competitive person, but like that's what I think when I see like a lot of these gaming events and stuff. And I'm like even when it comes to broadcasting, dude, Champ will tell you, man, I'm hyper fucking competitive when it comes to this stuff. Like, I'm incredibly competitive when it comes to broadcasting. Like it's just how I'm wired. So when I see our esport and just how like there's like a real lack of competitive edge a lot of the time, like it's very concerning to me. That's very concerning. We got to have a competitive edge if the shit's going to matter. We got to have an edge.
Do you know how critical Harris is on his own broadcasting? Like, this guy is more critical on broadcasting than 2K players are on their games. I swear to God. Like, I'm being honest. Like, you literally are so critical. Like, after broadcast and like when you do things, you're like trying to always be better. Like, the same thing should go for 2K guys. Like, if Harris did all his broadcasts remote and he didn't do any in-person broadcasts, he's not going to get better. In-person broadcasting is always going to be harder, but it's also going to make you better. The same thing with in-person gameplay for for 2K. Playing in person is harder.
Sucks, dude. Like remote's ass.
Harris,
it is.
Interviews can make and break some people.
Interviews are incredibly important.
They can. It's one of those things that like I'm not going to say it's easy to like interviews aren't easy, but you can definitely fuck up interviews. Like I've heard horror stories in interviews over the years. Like the things that like just relax.
Interviews will get people drafted, and interviews will stop people from getting drafted. Happens every single year. We hear the same exact stories. You got these fucking kids who will go into these interviews. They're playing 2K.
They got they don't got a shirt on. Like
they don't have a shirt on. They're doing something else. Like they're not paying attention, and then they don't get drafted, and then they go on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, I got snubbed. What happened?" It's like, well, maybe pay attention during.
They showed up late.
maybe show respect to the people who are trying to bring you into like, oh, they show up late, they cancel, they don't reschedule, then they're late to the rescheduling.
They throw the interview for another team.
They throw the interview so they can go to another team. It's like.
Oh my God, bro!
The stories that we hear, I think this is the best way to put it, Spam, is that the bad stories that we hear about interviews, all of those guys never work out in the league. Never. Unanimously across the board, any person that we hear a crazy bad interview story on will maybe last a year or two in the league, and then they're gone. Do not be one of those people. Don't be the person playing 2K during your interview. GMs do not want you playing 2K during interviews. Wear a normal shirt. It can be a polo that is black with nothing on it for $5. Like, it is so easy to not fuck this stuff up. DM me. I will help you. I'm great at interviews.
Oh, wait. Here's my favorite. Know the goddamn team!
Know the
roster! Please know the roster! Please know the roster! Okay? The amount of GMs that I've talked to, that players don't know who's on the team! They're like, oh, so-and-so!
They don't know that trades have been made. The thing, I think the funniest part of interviews is that it's so easy to be good at them. It's like objectively hard to be bad at 2K League interviews. You have to like go out of your way to be bad at interviews.
Bro, if you don't know the team and you're like, oh, I'll be a great fit along this guy on the team.
Can I wear my Amiri hat and gallery honestly, Steph, literally anything is better than showing up shirtless.
Please don't wear an opposing team's gear. Don't wear an opposing team's gear.
What's some other crazy stuff that we have? Don't talk to your mom during the interview. Don't answer phone calls during your interview. Like,
go to a quiet. First of all, try your best to go to a quiet place. That's my number one thing. The environment you're in. Like, if you're like, make sure you're in like a good environment. I know that people are working or busy, but try to be in like a decent environment to do like the interview in. Like, if they can't hear you, if they're struggling to like conversate with you, then like that, it's not good. You're not going to get what you want out of the interview. So
dope, they are. A lot of this league, man, a lot of the players in our league, dope, do not have the proper social skills or development. And it really comes back to hurt them in the league where they're all of a sudden surrounded by 5 other dudes, 5, 6 plus whatever dudes of various ages, of various backgrounds, and it's difficult for them to get along. It's difficult.
I think that this generation,
like what the Bucks were able to accomplish last year with 5 guys who at least were socially outgoing was amazing. But even then, they didn't all like each other. Like there's so much politics that goes into this shit.
Yeah,
but that's the thing, not elite. Like we take a lot of things for granted when it comes to like social skills, classism, growing up around like proper mentors and stuff. Like I know how to do well in interviews because of how because of the situation that I was raised in. A lot of guys in our 2K community did not grow up with the best backgrounds, and they don't have access to these channels of knowing how to interview and knowing how to dress and like knowing all this stuff. So, and obviously it's both their fault and not their fault, but whatever it is, but like you start to play this stuff out and it gets into the league, and all of a sudden you guys have, we people in the league who just whose backgrounds have failed them. And now they're stuck in a league that they aren't socially ready for, and then they're out because they weren't ready.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
It does suck. And it sucks to see somebody who's good not get taken because they bombed an interview, and the guy interviewing you just didn't
like you guys like we always talk in this community about like buddy and stuff and like people drafting friends, and like I really don't like that because I think a lot of like what this league is relationship building and whatever, and like obviously your talent will reign through, but like the reason that people like to draft their friends or people that they know they can hold a conversation with is because of how much time you're spending with these people. Do you know how much time you're spending with your teammates? They're basically your family now. Like that's how much time you're spending with them. What, 8, 9, 10 hours a day?
For 6 months.
Going to dinners, traveling for 6 months. Some of these people you've never met before.
And you're going,
and then all of a sudden you have to magically become friends with them.
And the thing is the age and you're going to a whole different city. Like a lot of guys are going across the country and all this stuff, going to a different city, and they're living in the environment they're not used to. They're around 4 other people that they don't really know that well, and it's not easy to adjust. It's not. So
bro, we have people who literally we have teams who will only have like a 30-year-old on their team. And they're drafting 18-year-olds. And it's like, bro, we are talking about 2 different entire generation of people. Like it's hard. Like this process is not easy. Okay? Under no circumstances is this process easy. But at the same time, this process is not meant to be easy. This shit is meant to be hard. It's supposed to be a huge filtration system. And it works most of the time. And what's also crazy is that what you guys need to realize when it comes to interviews, the interviews that you have matter even to the teams that you are not drafted to. Because if that team wants to trade for you down the line, they're going to remember that interview with you, and they're going to remember their interactions with you before they trade you. You bomb their interview, they might not trade for you, and that might be the end of the league for you. Like all of these interviews matter because that's the only perspective that these teams have on a guy.
Great question, Big Face.
I'm just trying to help, Vaughn. Like at this point, man, this is the 6th draft. I would say this is the 3rd or 4th real draft. Season 1 and Season 2 drafts are kind of fake. They're not fake, but they're just, it's very odd. Just all this stuff is out there. We have so much data. We have so many examples of what works and what doesn't. We have so many people in this community who are willing to help you if you want the information. But the problem is that a lot of the guys in this community have way too much pride and they don't want to ask. So nobody's asking. I'm giving it to you anyway. Write this shit down. I promise you it'll either help you guys get drafted, help you get on the league bench, help you get traded, help you stay in the league. Like, all matters.
Guys, there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of situations in these next couple of weeks that's going to help people get drafted. These are the most important weeks leading up to the draft. Is these last couple of weeks. This is the difference maker. These interviews, the in-person event in Dallas.
This is it. It's time to lock in. It's lock-in time. If you were waiting for a moment, take the next 2 days, enjoy your New Year's, get hammered, whatever, kiss your girl, bring in the new year. When January 2nd hits or January 3rd hits, from then until the 27th, lock in. Lock in.
I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna be trying to get people.
If you were getting to a physical altercation in Dallas, yes.
What?
Greenlight, heard Rhea need a PG. Look, Greenlight, unless you are personally going to buy them a first round pick, I don't think that's gonna work out.
Just says I don't want to go to anybody. 26, man.
Maybe the Jazz are gonna trade like a second round pick and a future first for 5 or something.
27 days, Harris. 27 days.
Yep. This is the same time last year, man. It gets real, and it gets real fast.
This is the craziest, though, that the UPA event is literally 2 weeks before the draft. Like, it's literally, like, the way it falls, it's less than 2 weeks, because the 26th, and then you have the champion, like, the 15th is the last day, so it's, like, literally it's, like, 11 days. 11 days is the difference between this event and the literal draft.
It's just it's all everything from this point on matters. And I don't want you guys to get like psychotic about this, but like watch what you post. Watch what you say. Watch what you're doing in Twitch chats. Just be aware. Even right now, man, there are 81 people in here. Guarantee half the GMs in the league are in the chat right now. This is what they look for. They're looking for communications. They're looking for personality. They're looking at how you go back and forth with people, how people respond to you. Like, man, the stuff that GMs tell me that they look for, like, you would never think of it. Like, it's the craziest stuff. They have mental health coaches trying to help these GMs now, like trying to figure out players. Like, it's nuts.
Definitely.
Someone gonna watch their draft stock disappear like Thanos snap in Dallas, taking the flight home knowing it's over. Lock and power forwards, man. I'm telling you. Lock and power forwards going to be decided in Dallas. There are going to be guys who get drafted exclusively off that event, and there will be guys who don't get drafted exclusively off that event. Is it fair? No.
That's part of the process. It's a part of how
it's part of the process.
Literally, that's how this league is. Is it the fact that the UPA has kind of integrated themselves as part of like the, like the, I'm going to say like ticket to like to get to the league, but it's definitely like an opportunity. Like,
so yeah, continue. Sorry,
no,
I just asked a really good question.
No, go ahead.
Rex said, "Is it bad if you schedule an interview and some emergency comes up?" No. Communicate to the team that there was a problem and be a professional about it, and they will respect you more. But if an emergency comes up and you have an interview scheduled, you just don't show up, and then they have to chase you down and be like, "What the hell is going on?" They're going to be pissed. But if something happens like 20 minutes before the interview, send them a text, give them a call, be like, "Hey, blah 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 happened. This is so crazy. I'll hit you up in a couple hours once this emergency is taken care of." And I guarantee you that GM will think better of you for how you handled it than just not showing up.
Also, don't fake an emergency because you overslept.
Yeah, definitely don't fake. Just like.
Because it's obvious. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. 9 times, like most of the time, people can tell when you oversleep something because you're like, it's kind of like, I don't want to be like, "Oh, I can tell you're lying or you fake an emergency," but like, dude, it's kind of obvious when like you don't like if you don't text and like hours later you text them like, "Oh, an emergency came."
"Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot," or "Oh, I'm sorry, I overslept." It's like, if you're a GM, would you want a fucking player to oversleep your interview? Like, how would you feel if that happened to you?
What happens if you oversleep a practice? What happens if you it's like it's one of those mentalities.
Bro, how would you feel? How would you feel if you are on a call with someone, right? A possible life-changing call for them, and they're playing 2K during the call, in your face, on a Zoom.
Please get sleep before the interviews too.
Like, imagine you're the GM. It's crazy.
Please don't be zombies. Don't be zombies at your interviews. Don't be zombies, okay? Don't because if you are exhausted at your interview, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm so exhausted. I'm so fucking tired of hearing these terrible interview stories, man. Like I'm here. Ask me. I will help you get drafted.
Listen. Do not play.
Damn, I'm so annoyed by this. This bothers me so much.
If you have an interview tomorrow, do not play the overnight the night before your interview. That's what I'll suggest. Do not play an overnight tournament at 3 o'clock in the morning and then have an interview at 11 o'clock in the morning. for a 2K League team. So
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of these stories of GMs texting me, of people hitting me up, being like, "Oh, this guy did this on this interview, and because I interviewed with him poorly in season 3, I'm not trading for him in season 5." It's like, it's so easy to not fuck this stuff up.
Harris helped me get drafted.
Up your power forward. There's nothing I can do for you. I can definitely help you if you need interview help.
Oh my god. I'll also be doing interviews.
These dorks at everyone are playing midday to OVN, back to midday, back to OVN. Jeez.
I'll be also interviewing people for content, probably for the UPA in person as well. So if you guys want an interview for like socials, please let me know. Please don't be afraid to come up to me and ask, "Hey, can we do an interview?" Because I'll do an interview for you. I did it for a bunch of people at Philly. So if you want to interview, please let me know. So I'm offering that opportunity for you to like have a piece of content out there. And please also release a content of anything. Like if people don't know who you are, do something before the event, like before the draft. Like every year, I know like people always have some cool like social, like they tell their story and stuff like that, or they tell people who they are. Like that stuff does, like, it's not gonna essentially like be the difference maker always, but it definitely helps. It's definitely something that like nice to have. Present yourself professionally. But Harris looks tired.
I am tired. I'm sleepy.
Me and Harris me and Harris just had like our podcast here.
Look, all I know is that the real life bosses Celtics have been again the best team in the NBA with Robert Williams.
Is Tatum going to be MVP?
Honestly, I have no idea, man. This is like the craziest MVP race.
The race has been crazy. I've definitely
it's so nuts.
It'll be interesting.
There's like six guys who could win MVP this year. It's nuts. And honestly, the craziest part is it should probably just be Jokic. It's just the fucker's topping like 45, 22, and 10 or some bullshit. Like, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna give the MVP to somebody else. Like, all right, like, sick. Fucking Jokic, man. Still not winning a chip. Forrest, I will see you in fucking June. Celtics, Nuggets.
See you in June.
Nets, Celtics, dude. The Nets can't even beat the Celtics. How can they be better?
There's an MVP.
Yeah, I think the Nets are 0-7 in their last 7 games against the Celtics.
God damn, bro.
Defense.
I want CP.
Let's get real.
There's currently, I not to cut you off, Harris, because I know you're about to go to bed. I didn't know there was the MPBA Final Four is going on. It's breakout versus no look right now.
What?
Oh shit. Well, I'm not going to ask you to stay for that, Harris. I'm probably about to watch it on.
Shea is better than the Celtics. Katie's toe saved y'all. What do you mean Katie's toe? What are you talking about?
Oh,
that's the Bucks. Dude.
Oh, the toe.
That was the Bucks.
Yeah, that was the Bucks.
That was the Bucks.
That was the Bucks. Yes, that was.
Oh, the Nets are on a 10-game win streak. Ah. You know the Celtics won 60 games in the 2022 calendar year? I'm scared of a 10-game win streak. Stop. I would save the Celtics from what? They were bad that year. They literally did it. The Nets literally first rounded them. It was just Tatum. Remember?